Okay, I think I'm just about ready to get started. So I guess basically between streams, didn't take as long as I thought it would, but I just cleaned up our inventory a little bit. Mostly just enhancing what we already are wearing, and disenchanting almost literally everything else. So I think I halved the amount of equipment we have. Somewhere between half and three-quartered, honestly, because I want to say, like, for example, I had like 20 amber garments, and now I'm down to 2 in some instances. Others are, I didn't have multiples, so I didn't touch them. But in any case, we still haven't found Grimoire, which is our only lead from the plot perspective so far. And instead, we're taking a detour to Lothringen. At least that's how they said it. I don't think that's how that word is pronounced, because I'm pretty sure that is a real-life place in Germany. I'm pretty sure you do not pronounce it like that. But that's how the game is saying it, so we'll go with it for now. And we have to go find out more about the captain, potentially. So let's switch over to the game. Give it a moment to load. Oop, 1 second. There we go. So we're just going to continue from our quick save. Again, very little has changed. I think I'm waiting on the expedition still. Yep, yes I am. So let's just take a very quick gander at our equipment. So I just kind of locked in what we have now, but we're noticing a lot of +3s across the board. I actually forgot to upgrade cast heals, one moment. That's actually kind of important, because we're going to be using this quite a lot. So let's just very briefly upgrade this. So I actually am running out of odorless fluid. So I'm going to have to be a little more conservative, I think, with what I have there. Otherwise, we'll continue forward. Unfortunately, I did not get the blast gauge +2 max on any of those upgrades, which is a shame, but it is what it is. Hey Chris, how's it going? There we go. We cut out like 10-12 minutes of menuing. It's the magic of stream breaks. So I have not fought anything. I have not done really anything else. So we're just going to continue on to the north. And unfortunately, that means encountering Zavid again. So my apologies ahead of time. Yet again, chat. One always must apologize when you have suddenly Zavid in your plot. I do kind of find it funny that some of the worst parts of the game are cameo characters from Systeria. I do find that pretty funny, actually. I'm like, hey, look, they made it feel not natural just to have a cameo. Thanks. Oh, game. So anyway, we're gonna continue north. We actually have our first optional location to go to, which so far in the game it's been pretty linear, but we'll be opening up about this point in the game.
I was just wondering why Eisen and Zavid can't work together to find Eifried.
All men their age care about is their reputation, their street cred. Such a hassle.
Oh, really?
Well, I can't fully deny it.
The same could be said of women, and of everyone really. It's hard to work alongside someone unless you strive to understand their thoughts and feelings.
And if you can't?
Well,
It's like Zavid said. You start talking with your fists instead.
Sounds harder than I thought.
Oh, little does he know how difficult it is. So I believe this place had an inspection team, I think, in the other game. So this is kind of an area that should look familiar. At least this portion of it should. So we're going to spend cat spirits here. We apparently got a drop earring. I think we're pretty satisfied with the fashion as is. But again, if the chat has any preferences for other things, especially if we do something like the bonus dungeon, where it is basically anything goes for bonus dungeon, and I think anything goes for any time we do an arena. Definitely, definitely. But right now, I think we got some nice variation. So right off the bat, we have a Code Red Hunt as well as an optional skit. So let's do both. But before we fight that boss... Oh yeah, that is actually his head hair. Oh, that's ridiculous.
I don't think we have a chance.
Well, apparently Laphicet doesn't think we have a chance, but we're just gonna build a little bit of meter to make life a bit easier. Okay, I finally have a wind move worth using, because it keeps me on the ground. And you can see that leads into a launcher, which is kind of nice. So if I want to, I could basically just juggle them forever. It leaves you a bit stationary at the start. I think that's why I sometimes don't use the move, but it has good juggle properties though. So you can see there I was taking advantage of the fact that I sidestepped to the right just to hit the enemy incoming. It has interesting uses. Actually, speaking of interesting uses... You know what? I'll make sure we have Twin Whip in here. I'm kind of missing Twin Whip.
Your style is really unique.
Like the evil laugh in chat, the anything goes. Yeah, definitely. I just feel like there's a lot of cutscenes here, so it could be a little distracting for people that haven't seen the game yet. I think if we ever do play Berseria again in the future, we will just absolutely... there will be no rules on the costumes, but since we have not recorded a playthrough of Berseria, we'll keep it tame-ish. Looks like I cannot teleport to other places I've been with the teleport bottle, but I could go back to Renid if I really want to. I do not really want to. So let's take a look at this ridiculous wolf. Just look at that, chat.
I don't think we have a chance.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Look at his level. Chat, wait a minute. Why does he have 1,000+ attack? Oh no. I might agree with Laphicet. That's a lot of attack power. He has very low defense though compared to other bosses, so that's the only plus side. So maybe I could combo burst him. So his weakness is water, so I'm gonna try to abuse Twin Whip to hit through his guard. Wow, that killed Rokurou almost literally instantly. I'll keep going for now. It is so unfortunate that he died because I kind of need him for combo damage. Like, I don't need him for like combo starters, but like right here when we're building up the number of hits. I was looking for that move. I hit the wrong water move. So basically, like, I could get a certain amount of hits in, which isn't too bad, but I also need more combo weaknesses. So, like, Demi-Human and Fiend, basically, they could have assisted me on while I'm doing this. So it is a bit hard to get all of the combo hits by myself at the moment. As we get further in the game, it gets easier and easier. Oh, I actually got the combo. Yeah, look how much damage we're doing comparatively, chat. Oh, Laphicet and Magilu had no meter. I got trolled. I thought for sure Magilu had it, because she's been in reserves for a while. That sucked. Well, so much for our big damage, chat. And Rokurou being dead means I couldn't combo left properly either. Hold on, I need to check something. Why is she not changing out? I'm a little confused. I feel like the AI should have tag swapped Magilu at this point. She's at 578 health with 4 blast gauge. Honestly, game, I don't think you have a defense for this. You should have subbed out a long time ago. And she stole the orb I was gonna go for. Wow. I actually just got trolled, chat. I can't do anything. She took my only backup strat. Wow, AI actually just worked against me there for the first time. So it's just me and Eleanor, I guess. This is gonna be very difficult to get a good combo going. Yeah, see, like, I hit right on the D-pad, but the person to my right is dead, so it doesn't combo. So I can't combo into her blast gauge that I feel that she wasted, honestly. Eleanor, why do you do this to us in so many different playthroughs? I don't understand. Again, we're just gonna do our best to do as much damage as possible. We will not get a lot of experience from this. I'm just looking to actually beat this boss without using items. I'm gonna guard. Like, the game is pretty fair at giving out souls as you do damage, so it's like not entirely impossible to do this, but you can see it can be very difficult if the game does not work with you. Like how Eleanor is not working with— oh, she's just dead. Eleanor's just dead. That's fine. It's okay, Chad. It'll be solo Velvet again. I didn't want it to be solo Velvet, but the game decided that this is what I wanted. Oh, okay, so chat, there's something unfortunate that happened there, and I did not realize until it was far too late. I went to tag swap to get out of that combo, and I did not realize the AI moved Laphicet off of me because Magilu tagged in. So I got trolled. I got absolutely trolled by the AI in this game. We're gonna retry. So if you notice, when we restart the battle, I am going to move it all the way to the left where it should have been, because I was not paying attention to who tag swapped. Oops. Alright, let's try this again, but this time I have people that can combo. Yeah, see, now I can actually use her meter. So I'm automatically doing, like, way more damage than I was a moment ago. Oh, Magilu did have meter. Why didn't she combo last time? That's weird. Oh, maybe because somebody tag swapped out of her briefly. Maybe that's what happened. Okay, we're doing a lot more damage in general, which is good. We're getting that extra soul, chat. Countered him. Excellent. Hurricane, chat. There's yet another soul. I kind of want it. Oh, I should have used the earth. I should have done Form 2 to launch him. Because I was trying to think what Rokuro's off the ground was, and I was like, it's Hurricane. Of course it is.
When I'm this close, I won't miss! Form 0! Thunder! Hurricane! Form 1! Form 2!
Yeah, see that? It like juggles him in the air briefly.
Form 2!
So this is going much better because Rokuro just didn't die immediately, and I'm now also assuming command of Rokuro. They somehow killed Velvet. Every time that happens, I'm like, how do you die as Velvet? Unless you just get really unlucky, like I did. I'm like, just use her Berserker Claw. What are you doing, game? That's the downside of not having Aizen. I would rather have Aizen in than Velvet, for sure. I feel like the Velvet AI does not know how to enter her Berserker Claw form that often. Oh, I don't have enough meter to tag swap. That actually sucked. I did not have enough meter to tag swap. That was my mistake. That one was my mistake, chat. You can blame me for that one. I thought I had 1 meter. I was like pixels from 1 meter, and that's why I need more blast gauge. That right there, chat, is why I need more blast gauge per character. Oh boy, this is gonna be tough. I think the AI has basically party wiped on me. Yeah, the AI is basically party wiped on me. This is very bad. Wow, I don't know if I could do this without Aizen. Honestly, chat, like, I kind of need them to not die on me, and they're not obeying me. Hold on a second. I'll try one more time, but I'm like... see, the thing is, like, I want to play Velvet, but if they die as Rokuro, I can't win. Like, they almost killed Rokuro again, because they're not blocking. I'll try one more time, chat. If I don't get it on this try...
Now, rise, arise, ascending, angel!
Yeah, see, the problem now is, like, I'm, like, so close to doing enough damage, but the problem is, it's like, they're not blocking one of his hits, and that leads to a snowball of me losing, where it's just like, if you kill Velvet or Rokuro, I will lose, and, like, I can run out of meter with Rokuro. Like, Rokuro is gonna die here again if I don't do something. So it's like, I'm just going in and guarding. I have to kind of, like, micromanage between two of them, which is not the best, I must say. There we go. Oh, I lost the stun. It's like, I got the chain bonus for damage, but I lost the stun. This enemy gets out of stun very quickly, actually. Oh. I'm in huge trouble. Well, not that because Eleanor died, but I just ran out of souls. I really need that soul. Please don't take it. Oh, I'm in trouble. I'm so close. There we go. Yeah, that bestial barrage is actually a big problem. There we go, chat. We're like whittling them down, because I feel like one of my moves lowers defense. I just gotta keep doing it over and over, and then we should be okay. There we go. There we go. Now we're getting into a good rhythm with this. Oh, he dodged the other move. So again, we're just kind of baiting his please don't die, Rokuro. There we go. Again, we're just kind of fishing for any amount of damage that we could do. We're very close. Again, this is very difficult to do without Aizen, which I was kind of hoping we could do it, but his damage looked pretty high, so we'll see. I mostly just need it for a tag swap partner. I don't really need Aizen's damage. Like, we're so close, chat. This alone has almost killed him. So they're just kind of spellcasting, which is exactly what I want them to do in this scenario. Okay, I think we got it this time, chat. There we go. Perish.
I refuse to fall here.
I refuse to fall here, chat. Eleanor did not get any grade, but it's Eleanor. It's fun. We worked hard for that expedition. See, it's so funny because if you play this on, like, hard, it's actually not bad, but I completely forgot he had 1,000 something attack power. I saw that and was like, I mean, we're sitting on, like, what, 200 defense? So he'll do 1,000 plus damage every time he hits us. It's not ideal. So yeah, we're as upgraded as we could get with weapons, so our damage is kind of capped for the meantime. We're gonna have to find another item that'll increase how much we can add to a weapon. I'm really looking forward to at least +5, because I feel like that's when damage starts getting a little out of control in this game.
Whoa! Hot water
And look at those rainbows. This is one of the 7 wonders of the world, the Bernack Geyser. The water heats up from underground until the pressure forces it to spray up from the surface.
And the rainbows are caused by light reflecting from the salts suspended in the mineral water. It took tens of thousands of years for the minerals to accumulate here and form this phenomenon.
Wowee!
That was very educational.
At least you know plenty of trivia, if nothing else.
Additionally, the groundwater veins that feed this geyser are connected to the sea. Because of this, every now and then a boiled octopus or crab will shoot out from the geyser!
No way!
That's impossible. Well, not impossible, but
With the salt content of the geyser's water, I bet they're seasoned to perfection.
Magilo, I'm declaring your bizarre imagination the 8th wonder of the world.
People say that all the time.
Oh, Magilu. Boiled crab. Salted and seasoned to perfection. How's it going, Steve? I'm looking at some new enemies. I'm gonna make sure we quick save in case we get a very bad encounter.
are we ready for this?
Okay, chat. Here is the other most annoying enemy in the game, I would say, if you're playing on a more casual setting. This enemy is terrible. You always want to look out for the scorpions. For some reason, they only have 1 star / soul. So you cannot regain any souls for comboing them. So don't go too crazy on them. They will only take away your souls and leave you unable to do anything. So our focus is probably just to kill them without using a break soul. Of course, that other enemy is protecting them, but that's fine. Yeah, the scorpions in this game are just like completely nonsense. Alright, I got a nice weakness combo on him. Hopefully this will kill him. And if nothing else, killing him will actually net us a soul. But we do not get anything from stuns, status ailments, anything of the like. But he'll take it all away from us because he does nothing but poison. Take that, Devour, chat. Oh, I'm definitely ending with the Mystic Guard on that one. Goodbye, enemy. Give me those extra souls.
You won't get any pity or compassion from me.
Steve's doing alright, just pushing the sleep schedule into the morning mode slowly. That's good. Always good to course correct sleep schedules. I know mine tend to be very terrible. Fortunately, that chest we just opened had nothing of interest, so we're just gonna keep on going. It honestly seems like with how shallow this is, you should just be able to walk across this, but it won't let you. It's fine. I guess the minimap at least indicates that that is the case. So I think we fought a little bit of everything here. Again, we're not going to try to grind any fights. We're going to try making it as difficult as possible. Speaking of difficult as possible.
Did you get the medicine to the ship's crew?
Yeah.
Good. My thanks to you.
These soldiers won't be happy in the morning, but they're alive. Is this your work?
No, they were like this when I got here. It must have been Zavid.
He didn't kill a single one. Interesting.
The Abbey is going to great lengths to arrest him.
Even so, he clearly knows he's walking into a trap. What I don't get is why he roped me into all of this. If he didn't want my help, then what need did he have to play the Ifreed card on me?
If you knew this was a trap, why did you come?
To see for myself. When I met Ifreed, I was wallowing in despair that I would ever find a way to break the Reaper's curse. Stop denying reality, he told me. If you were really born with that curse, then it's a part of you. But if the Reaper learns to grasp the wheel of his life, even he may find his creed, his path through stormy waters. And so, I joined him aboard the Von Eltia.
A creed of life.
Let's say someone's murdered the captain. If it came as the result of him living life on his terms, I could accept that. But if anyone, and I mean anyone, tries to crush his way of life, I could never forgive them.
Who's there?
It's rude to eavesdrop.
If you got secrets, talk about them at home.
Zavid, isn't there any way you and Eisen can work together somehow?
Not if he's going to keep acting like this.
Well, that's how it is.
What was the point of all that posturing? He could have just stayed hidden. Weirdo.
Can't disagree there.
Like chat just going, go away, creeper. I mean, you're kind of not wrong, chat. I'm not gonna disagree. Wow, another cat chest. Goodbye, 145 cat spirits. Oh, chat, we're almost at a deficit from what we started.
Lothringen Tower's a training ground for exorcists,
Ready
right?
for dirty
Yes,
dancing?
it's a great edifice built on ancient ruins.
Dirty
Well
dancing,
said.
huh?
Did you ever go there when you were tethered to Teresa?
I don't really remember the beginning of my service to Teresa.
I see.
What sort of training do they do there?
Exorcists are tested and assigned Malachim equivalent to their aptitude with mana. It's also where they practice Malach arts and study our laws.
So the lower ranks use it as a sparring ground in order to train up to the higher ranks?
No, an exorcist's affinity to mana is not something that strengthens through training. We are given Malachim based on our inborn ability, then learn arts to suit that ability.
So, an orderly is an orderly for life then.
Correct.
There'd be no spirit of competition then. Don't they want to get stronger, to advance through the ranks?
There'd be no purpose to advancement. Rank signifies nothing more than the type and number of Malachim one can tether. People join the Abbey for only 2 reasons: to protect people from demons, and to save the world.
Are all of you that dedicated to asceticism?
How sickeningly noble of you.
I wonder if your wills are suppressed just like those of the Malachim you use.
Deviants like you could never possibly understand our motives. In any case, that is who awaits you at Lothringen Tower.
So we're in for a rough welcome. I say bring it on.
A brawler, not a killer.
I can't wrap my head around Zavid.
None of us can.
We witnessed his unwillingness to kill before, but it seems he's quite serious about it.
Maybe that's why I don't feel scared of him. Even when he and Eisen were about to fight, I didn't feel tense at all.
Perhaps that's just because you've been around Velvet a bit too long, kiddo. Next to her, few people are frightening.
Do you think so?
Don't ask me.
He doesn't come across as vicious. I think that's why you're not scared.
Because he's just a brawler?
Maybe he's just naive.
Okay, so he's just a naive brawler. He's still involved with Eifried's disappearance, and he's also taking on the Abbey. I just don't get him.
Me neither.
Uh-huh.
I agree, but I don't understand any of you either.
Oh, Eleanor. One day she'll understand, chat. One day. Speaking of understand, I now understand that we have Eisen back in our rotation, so that would be great. Ooh, Magilu and Eleanor are so underleveled. Oh my gosh. See, chat, this is what happens when you don't get kills on Chaos difficulty. We're like not even anywhere high level, and we're already seeing like a 2-level disparity. Like Laphicet was straight up dead during a boss fight, and he's still higher level than Eleanor and Magilu. That's fair. Okay, so we're gonna continue to the north. I think there's gonna be another cutscene as we get close to the bridge.
I don't get it.
Get what?
Why did Eifried let Eisen join his ship, knowing he carried the Reaper's curse with him? What good did it do? I just don't see the reason behind it.
Well, if it were me who had that curse, it would mean that you and Velvet could die because of it, right?
Yeah, I suppose so.
If that's the case, then I'd feel like I'd both want to and not want to be close to you two. And I'd probably really, really hate myself for it.
Do you suppose that's how Eisen feels? But Eifried still took him in. He agreed they'd put up with the curse together.
It's all a bit hard to fathom.
Well, if one thing's for certain, it sounds like Ifrit's a very strong man. At least for a base lawless pirate.
Eleanor's slowly coming around to the ways of the captain. So as I said before, we have some optional areas to go. Our destination is
Can I ask you about that thing Zavid had?
right on the
Belonged
left.
to Ifrit, didn't it? I've read much of the Abbey's archives on weaponry, but I've never seen anything like it.
He found it when we crossed to the far continent. It's a relic from a long-vanished civilization. He's like me and can't resist a good treasure. But of everything we've found, that one was his most prized.
It is the ultimate
What is
plot
it?
device. That's what
can't
it is,
say.
Laphicet.
It seemed like a weapon, but Ifrit wouldn't let anyone touch it. He went off and tested it on his own, then came back all grinning, saying he had an ace up his sleeve the next time we got into a fight.
Then it's definitely some sort of ancient combat device? But why is Zavid looking for Ifrit? To apologize for stealing it?
He doesn't seem like that much of a gentleman.
Did he really steal it?
What do you mean?
It's just my feeling, but Zavid doesn't seem like the type of Malak to steal something so precious.
He said he just picked it up. Perhaps he's trying to return it.
Perhaps.
Perhaps, chat, perhaps. So, we're now seeing some intersection between some of the locations we visited. So, right in front of us is Vortigern. So if we come in here, this area should look a little more familiar. It's been a long time since we came over here. It seems like the area to the north is sealed off. We'll see what reason the game will not let us go back into Vortigern. What do you have to say, people? Standing before you are the impregnable gates of Vortigern, the Sea Gate Fortress. The honor of this place shall stand eternally. None shall pass unwarranted through force or guile. Apparently, we're just gonna go respect that for some reason. Okay, so I got into a dangerous encounter a little bit by accident, but we can see here these enemies are pretty much non-threatening at this point. They have half of the health of the other characters. So we should be fine. As long as we get a good stun going, we can pretty much do whatever we want to them. They have no resistances, chat. You know what? I stunned his Velvet. We might as well let them know they're wide open, chat. Oh, I actually got the launch. I wasn't expecting that.
No escape! Eat it! You're wide open! Burn! Dead yet? Air thrust! No escape! Eat it! Tremble!
There we go.
Ready to die? Think you can dodge? Just try! Perfect mayhem! No escape!
Look, chat, sometimes you just wake up, shout you're wide open, and punch some wolves, you know? Just a normal day for Aizen. I'm just rebuilding Velvet's blast gauge. See, she's basically at 4 again, which is all I really wanted.
You're wide open! It's a bird! Who wants no escape? You're wide
I'll
open!
give Aizen at least a bar. That should be okay.
You're wide open! Bird!
Did you see that? I beat it!
Well, Laphicet somehow took that kill. I'm more impressed by that. I was apparently wide open. No one can stop Laphicet, chat. Not even you're wide open. I mean, I saw my animation. Laphicet must have just walked up and booped him or something. I don't know. So anyway, I'm gonna ignore most of the encounters here. I'm not really interested in fighting for experience or items. We can see that some of the bosses are still doing a lot of damage to us, but I think we'll actually do better to not grind here or try to get items, but instead to try to advance the plot so we get more... I was gonna say, so we get more enhanced equipment possibilities, but we apparently got ambushed. Ooh. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Spin, spin, chat. This is her best way to get souls. I'm happy we have spin, spin. And I'm gonna celebrate the fact that we have that by just killing everything with her. This actually has really good AoE, so it's pretty easy to hit, like, multiple targets. They don't even have to be that close together compared to other Mystic Arts. Other Mystic Arts, you have to basically be on top of them, and or they have to be lined up in a certain way. Oh, I got stunned, but that's okay.
You're not hurt, are you?
Okay, so hopefully we will not get into too many more encounters, as I said before. So there is an optional area down here. I'm just looking for the exact jump point. Unfortunately, oh, there it is. The wolf is making me nervous, because it outruns us, apparently. For whatever reason. I didn't think there was any enemy that could outrun us at this point in the game, but even with the speed boost, they caught up to us. So we're going to follow the Trail of Souls. We're going to go take this chest early. Garish pink shirt, I think, is a new piece of equipment. Indeed it is. Very, very disappointing in terms of its master skill. It's interesting it gives focus and attack power. So this is kind of an interesting gear for Velvet. So I've basically dumped her defense to basically nothing. But it increases her attack power, so it could go either way, honestly. So we're going to enter our first completely optional area, which is the Lab and Tunnel underground passage. We will have to revisit here in the future, but we could get some of the items here ahead of time. There's going to be like a... when I say revisit in the future, I just mean for an optional quest. On top of that, there's some areas I cannot access because we have not been given another mobility skill. So actually, let me go to all the dead ends. I'm pretty sure the northern part is the dead end, and then I'll loop around back to the south. I guess we could fight this, the Orb Weaver. Could drop a interesting weapon for us, the Mana Lance, but I think we have one already. Yeah, they were wide open. I couldn't resist.
You're wide open! Burn! No escape! Eat it! You're wide open! Burn! No escape! Air thrust! You're wide open! Burn! This is the Reaper's power! Air thrust! See this? It's the air thrust! Hurricane! Turn one! Air thrust!
Oh, I didn't get any meter from that. That sucked. Oh well.
No escape! Eat it!
If you want to live, get out of my way.
If you want to live, get out of his way, chat. Yeah, I feel like around the time you start getting the, what I'll consider the intermediate level spells with like Air Slasher / Air Thrust, that's when you can kind of do nasty setups where you could just leave it out there. Oh, whoa, that was almost a dangerous encounter that I did not really want to get into. Just because you could kind of teleport into your own spells and combo off of them and or guard a little bit to reset your combo count. And you could get some pretty long solo combos once you start getting those kinds of spells. Hello, Zor. How you doing? We're just walking through an optional dungeon at the moment. We're just right outside Lothringen. We're playing on Chaos difficulty on a new game plus. We basically did not really take over too many advantages, I would say, from the normal playthrough. So this is going to play like a pretty vanilla new game plus outside of our costumes, which are obviously very important. So we'll be dressing up the characters throughout. Oh, hey, look, vines. We haven't burned one of those in a while. Ooh, nice amount of souls. Excellent, excellent. So as I said before, we're going to try to avoid getting too much experience from this area. We're not interested in item grinding at the moment. I think the most I will do in terms of grinding on stream will probably just be showing off the arenas, because we'll be completing each of those on stream. Oh, you were suffering from fighting Phoenix? Now my question is, was that on a first-time playthrough or on New Game Plus? Those are two very different experiences. We'll probably be attempting to do Chaos Phoenix at some point. Ooh, first time. You know what's actually kind of funny about that? I got super lucky the first time. I didn't even know he had other mystic arts. Weirdly, I fought him on a high difficulty and he did not use his auto revive, and I got really confused. I don't know what the odds of that happening are. I've had him revive like every other time I've done it. I don't know if it's because I wasn't on like exactly Chaos the first time I played through, but did find that kind of funny. Trying to recall if I had any specific tips when you go to fight that boss. I mean, the Zesteria tip on how I beat him on just in general, despite being completely underleveled, was just bringing in as much fire reduction as possible with cooking. Because I think almost every single one of his attacks count as fire. Three mages in Velvet. That's actually... I was actually literally about to say that. Honestly speaking, he cannot trigger his Mystic Art if he never touches the ground. So if you want to, I would say probably Laphicet, Magilu, maybe Aizen or Eleanor. He's very small, and it's very amusing watching Air Thrust juggle him over and over and over again. Yeah, if you could basically just stack... I think for that fight, I even turned off the basic arts. I'm like, listen, I only want to see long multi-hit animations that stall long enough for more spells. I think when I went in, I think I actually didn't even use Velvet on one of my other playthroughs. I'm pretty sure I just used Laphicet, Eleanor, Magilu, and Aizen. And all I did was just spell lock. I think I just kept shouting, what was it? Flame Beast, Flame Beast, Flame Beast, Flame Beast, over and over and over again. Because that spell is really quick, and it starts the juggle. And then I just told the other AI to just do, like, I think honestly just Air Thrust or Hellgate, something like that. Just kind of stack them all. You're maining Aizen, but you can't land a hit on Phoenix. I feel like that is my issue when I go to play characters like Aizen. Like, I really like them. I like them for, like, crowd clear, but when it comes to bosses, it's, like, a completely different game. And then I will default to Velvet or Rokuro for said bosses. Because I'm just fishing for that stun, and I feel like sometimes getting that stun without being insanely overleveled is very, very difficult. So just getting that initial hit is something. But it's okay. Just keep shouting you're wide open. You'll win eventually with Aizen. So I think that's all we could do for now in this area. So we had a very large ominous cave all the way at the back of this little side dungeon, and much later on there will be an optional boss to fight there. But because we visited here early, we unlocked a shortcut. So we can use that later to save some time. Also benefited from some items along the way. Yeah, I mean, I think the chat has seen what my tried and true method to beat every boss happens to be, for the most part. It involves Rokuro and Hurricane Thrust. All you hear on the stream is Hurricane, huh! Hurricane, huh! It's terrible. I wish it was not as effective as it is, but honestly, that is one of the cheapest things in the game. I feel like Phoenix is the only exception to when I will decide not to use Rokuro in a battle, if given the choice. Oh yeah, because like if you're not aware, when you do his counter, it actually increases how much stun his moves build, and Hurricane Thrust already has an insane amount, so you just like 2-hit stun most bosses. Even on the high difficulties. It doesn't make any sense. But it's a thing of beauty whenever it happens. Speaking of thing of beauty, so we are level, what is it, 19? It's double checking. I have not accidentally changed the difficulty. So we're on the highest possible difficulty, and we're fairly low level, honestly. But we're gonna go into Lothringen, as they keep pronouncing it.
No one on guard. They're really not bothering to hide this trap.
They probably knew we'd sense it. The question now is just what they're planning to spring on us.
Oh, look, a shooting star. That one's pretty good too, but I feel like my issue with Magilu's ability is it has a bit of a wind-up, so some of the faster bosses can slip under it. Or they'll super armor it, and it gets really awkward. But that one is pretty good. We haven't saved in a while, we should probably do so. It's been a while since we've been here, chat. Ooh, now I have a question for the chat. What was this place actually called in Zestiria? Does the chat recall from the playthrough? It was definitely not Lothringen. They did not spell it the way that it is spelled in this game. If not, I'll check between streams, chat. So if you remember in Zestiria, for those of you that watched the playthrough, we saw all sorts of merchants along here. And there was a certain giant tablet in the room where it wants us to go. We will try to avoid the plot, but I forget how big the cutscene suction is. Yeah, you're not used to see, like, it has water and things in it. It looks more built, I guess is a good way to phrase it. So, this is also home to my least favorite minigame, but the minigame will not unlock until much later.
Ryzen, when and how did Eifried disappear exactly? And how did you two meet in the first place?
You know, you ask an awful lot of questions about us.
What? I don't mean to pry, really. Perhaps it's a habit I picked up from my work. Drat. It seems I've been digging too hard.
No matter. Eifried vanished about a year ago. He agreed to fight a duel against someone, and secretly left to meet his opponent. Once we figured out what was happening, we rushed to the scene. But all we found was the aftermath of a fight, and a pendulum.
Was Zavid his opponent?
Given his choice of weapon and his ability to fight, I'd say it's likely.
What I don't get is why Eifried would end up captured and imprisoned by the Abbey after a fight with a stray Moloch.
The Abbey had him prisoner?
On their island. Until an exorcist named Melchior took him away, that is.
What? Lord Melchior did?
The Abbey would have captured Eifried about a year ago. Surely it must have caused quite a stir.
I was simply patrolling. I wasn't involved in any such operations. Oh, but I do remember that we suffered a great number of casualties around that time. I never heard why, and when I went to investigate, I found no records of any major deployment. And then I was ordered to cease any such investigation by Lord Melchior.
That's fishy.
He wanted to hide something, clearly. And I think I'm starting to get a picture of what it was.
And it involves the Abbey?
Our expedition has returned, and of course, since we have time traveled, we have already gotten level 24, despite playing, I think, 6 or 7 streams. I forget the exact number, but it's fine. We totally legitimately unlocked all these peninsulas by this point in the game. Just big wink there. Oh, I see the chat is remarking that it's neat that Zestiria has some of the places in Berseria. Sad that a ball was not one of them. You know what? I wasn't thinking about a ball not being on the revisit list. I do like that even though there are some assets reused between the games, I like that the locations are very different looking. Like, this does not look like the same location as Zestiria, even though it's like the same map, the same layout, just because of the textures and how built this building is. And even if we go outside comparatively, chat might recall that Zestiria had it more of like a desert terrain. And we got to see a little bit of Vortigern, but we couldn't actually enter Vortigern in Zestiria. We could see the outer gate, but not actually go inside. So I like those little touches. I think that was one of the ideas transferring between games that I think worked really well. And sometimes I forget to bring that up, so thank you, chat, for mentioning that. Hello, Count Chest. What do you have to give to us? Disappointment. Okay. You know what? That's fair. So I will be showing off, I think, tips on how to deal with one of the more annoying bosses, chat. So we are playing on Chaos. I will let you know there is exactly one boss in this game. I will 1000% refuse to do on Chaos, and we will just gimmick that boss instead. We'll take the simple ribbon. I'm sorry, chat. I do not feel like fishing out for equipment to reflect damage back on a certain boss in order to do any damage. So we will absolutely tank the difficulty, specifically for that one fight, just to say that we've beaten it. It is not worth the time and effort to build as much equipment as it needs to beat that normally. But we could get a little sneak peek inside here. So it looks like somebody is shackled to, I guess, a board. We don't see anybody else inside, but we know that that is not going to be the case as we get further inside, because of course it's a trap. Let's take a look at our blast gauges so I could get a better understanding of what I should be comboing on this upcoming boss fight, which is inevitable, I might say. So it looks like Magilu is the only person I can't really combo into, and if I play as Velvet, I should get the third blast gauge. So, we'll see how things go. It could be a little rough. Yeah, the Reflect boss. Zora knows. That boss is like, no, we're not doing that legit.
Ifrid.
So, this is Von Ifrid.
Eisen, it's good to see you again.
So you're alive. You could have sent a letter.
When have you ever written a letter to another man?
True. Aside from my little brother, not even once.
Your brother? Ah, yes. You told me that once. Eisen, why?
I've got no brother. Enough of your tricks!
A familiar figure chat from Zesteria. That was kind of sudden.
Thanks for luring him out. I owe you one.
Zavid.
Now come on out, you old coot!
Lord Melchior.
Oh, chat, get a load of that hat.
Through my double illusion. Impressive.
I'm making a point not to fall for the same tricks twice.
I shouldn't have let you get away last time. I won't make that mistake again.
Chat, I'm pretty sure he teleports around because he cannot fit through normal doorways.
What? Why am I here?
Her consciousness has returned, so that is its power.
He turned her into a demon.
What? This can't be happening.
A chain reaction. Your Reaper's curse is quite the dreadful affliction, isn't it?
Don't you run away!
Heads up! Wyvern's coming!
So, we restored consciousness to one of them, but all three of them seem pretty mad at us. They seem to have a weakness of Earth and Dragon, which makes sense. They've been declared as Wyverns. Let's just take a look at some of the things that they do. You know, for a Wyvern, they have a lot of water and wind, or not wind, water and earth moves. I would not have expected almost all their moveset to be water. So let's see.
Exorcist create a demon.
Hey, worry about that later. We've got damn dragons to take care of.
I want to check one thing. Do we even have a dragon move on any character at this point? I don't think we do. We have Pyrogenic Ring, but that's not really going to help us. No, it looks like we do not. So I don't think we could get a true weakness combo, chat. Oh, no, I lied. There's exactly one person who has a dragon move. Is Verdict on Aizen. I'll think about it, chat. I'll think about it. What we could do for now is switch to Velvet and just kind of fish out her normal finishers. Not very easy to stun, which is a bit disappointing. I think what I might do is swap into Aizen. Let them know they're wide open, chat. I think it's time. Much better, chat. One more Mystic Art should kill. Okay, we'll just use this many Mystic Arts. This should kill one of them. Oh wait, they had more health than I thought. Wait a minute. Oops. I must have been looking at another one. I could have kept going to Rokuro. My bad, chat. They're wide open, chat. Oh, and so it begins. It's Aizen time. Take that damage. Ooh. Let's get Rokuro this time. It's very tempting to go for that soul. I think I'll go for that soul. I'm just going for a stun here. I'm not going for the weakness there. There we go. I'm telling them to eat it, but they're not eating it, chat. Oh, I did not mean to dodge and dispel. Oops. I wanted to do this, actually. Speaking of which, do I actually have his dragon move on by default? I don't think I do. Oh no, it's his first move. Okay. Oh, Aizen. This fight was made for you. Multiple large enemies weak to dragon? Awesome. I think they're wide open, chat. I agree.
Looks like you got caught in your own trap, old man.
Oh, are you sure about that? What the?
I'll take care of the last one.
He just saved the wyvern?
You folks jump in and kill without a second thought. Is that your creed?
Marvelous. Your Siegfried is just the power I've been looking for.
What?
My work here is done.
The hell did you do? Wait, damn you! Follow them!
So, chat, I think we can all agree that that was, for a boss fight, that was actually pretty easy. It felt pretty good after going through Breedwolf. But I want to point out several things. We just got 3 really amazing arts. I think all of these are ones I use in my normal combos. Lighthouse is a fantastic martial move for Aizen, which we'll be seeing very shortly. Leidos Ray, I do like for stun locking certain bosses. And Blood Moon is a fairly fast, short range-ish AoE spell. Or at least in terms of its local area, that I also enjoy in combos. Seems like we also got Envenoming Blaze Sight. I'm assuming that just improves our poison chances. But we could verify that. Indeed it does. Effectiveness increased by 1.8 times. Effective poison reduced by 40%. Fair enough. So I will probably make sure that we have Lighthouse. So one important thing to note is that this is a fire type move. It also is winged, which is great. It also lifts downed enemies, which is just like everything I want in a combo. So I usually end my combos with Lighthouse, honestly. So I think these things are fine. See, because 11th Hour has a chance to knock down, having Lighthouse then lifts them, and these are just all stun chances in here. So we'll probably leave our moveset like this. I'm hoping we'll get a few more spells, and I'll change the bottom row a bit more. Right now we have access to a lot of useful spells on demand, like our Flash Step, which is not too bad. One other thing I'm going to make sure that we do. Yeah, now that we have something other than Geostigma, let us make sure to add Kaleidos Ray at the top. So the reason why this one is great is because not only does it steal art attack, it stuns, it has an enemy type, and it's got 2 elements, one of which is fire. So we now have quite a lot of elements covered by Laphicet if you choose to use him as a caster. As you can see, if we take a look at all of his items, technically he also has a water move. Pyrogenic Ring is very close range though, so it's kind of rare to see it being used, except if you happen to be a melee comboer and then you tack it onto the end of your combos. Perk is wondering if he copied the schematics of the gun. Potentially. Very much so. It seems we still only know 2 spells for Eleanor, of course. Eleanor could continue to disappoint us until the very end of the game. So this one's not too bad. As I said before, the big issue with Magilu is it gives you 2 spells of the same type that fight against the same enemy type as well, which kind of sucks. So this is the first time you have access to a fire move. So that's very much welcome in her combo chain. I mean, technically you use Water Split
Find them. They can't have gotten far.
in a different way than you use Water Mine, but personally I feel like starting with both water spells immediately is kind of overkill. Zora's asking if a non-elemental attack has a higher chance of stealing a soul. Generally speaking, no. It has more to do with your focus. The exception to that rule is stun. Stun is technically a set number based off of the technique you're using, and enemies will begin with a variable amount of stun. That's why characters like Rokurou, who can increase their own stun with his stance, are super broken, because it is so easy to get souls with him compared to other characters, that if you were to play this character with Hurricane Thrust, which naturally reduces focus, you not only can cause a lot of status ailments because you lower the enemy's resistance, but then you also get a stun every 2 hits. Makes no sense. Oh, we got something called Death Ward recently. I didn't even know when we picked that up, but we're gonna go ahead and move up to Rokurou. Look at that, 401 attack power. I think that is the highest in the party, which is good because all I do is Hurricane Thrust with him. I mean, he has some fun combos. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just like, when you have perfection, why change it? It's just like. Like, with the 12% extra blast gauge from this is so silly. I think the only character that can out blast gauge him is Aizen, much later on in the game. When Aizen gets his full R2 chain, for people that have played through the game, that feels so good, chat. It feels so good when you finally get that third part to the R2. Then he becomes very powerful. To the point you can end every encounter with Aizen in one spell, just because it leads into the R2. It's pretty silly. So let's see, Melchior basically got away from us.
You sure got some speedy legs for an old fart.
I'm glad to see you're okay, Zavid.
It's not me that I'm worried about.
Melchior was highly interested in your weapon. And yet he didn't steal it. Surely a legate like him could snatch it if he wanted to.
Why bother stealing it when you can just copy its hidden formula? Some arts can decipher the workings of other arts in a split second. And guess what Melchior's specialty is?
As he left, he said, "My work here is done."
The Abbey must have some use for that unknown art. Who knows what? After all, they brought it here from another continent.
And we'll find out what they're after and crush it to dust.
Let me ask you just one question. Why do you have Siegfried?
I'm counting on you, he said.
Back when I served the Exorcists, they sent me on a mission to capture Aifread.
Zavid, you were once their slave?
Yeah. My mind was under the influence of Inominat's domain. But when Aifread aimed this baby at me, one shot was all it took to open my eyes. The fight we had after that was one for the books. He might have been a human, but that guy was a beast. Put a song in my soul. But then Melchior had to jump in and spirit Aifread away with one of his damned illusions. That old bastard! Playing tricks with people's minds.
But why'd he grab Aifread and not Siegfried when he had the chance?
He probably didn't know at the time that this guy was the real prize he was after. But Aifread knew. Right before he was taken, he distracted Melchior long enough to hand Siegfried over to me.
And I foolishly brought it
That's
here.
all I know. Whether you believe me or not is up to you.
Got it. We're done here.
Huh? That was easy.
We're
Aifread
abandoning
only
Zavid.
says I'm counting on you to people he trusts.
Is that so?
So, what are you gonna do now?
Gotta keep looking for Aifread. Still gotta give this back and settle our score.
I doubt you have much time left to get that done.
I'd hazard a guess that until now, Melchior was unaware what Siegfried could really do. In other words, he and the Exorcists weren't able to interrogate anything out of their captive.
And now that Aifread's no longer needed, I see no reason for them to keep him alive.
You think I don't know that?
If you really want to save Aifread, you probably ought to team up with us.
Nope. No can do.
Why not?
Your party's
You lot will
full.
do anything to achieve your goals. Even kill. Sorry, I'm a fighter, not a killer. I won't steal a single life. That's just my creed.
And I've got no intention of changing our pirate creed either.
Eisen and Zavid have their own creeds. They both have such strong principles, even though they're so different.
Just like humans.
Melchior's illusions. Chat's mentioning the guitar always gets them the feels. I do like Zavid's theme, I will say. I like both his kind of like passive theme as well as his combat theme. I think that's probably the strong suit, I would say.
Well, that was sure something. Melchior and his illusions are cheats.
There's no cheating in combat.
What I meant is that they were awfully dirty tricks for an upstanding exorcist.
And the illusions seemed so real. Had that gone on any longer, I wouldn't have been able to tell what was real and what was fake.
If it can't be distinguished from reality, perhaps one could live a happier life within the illusion.
That sort of happiness can rot.
You think so?
But by using illusions, you can defeat an opponent without causing them any physical harm.
Oh, how humane. Wow, the Abbey is so great.
Lord Melchior is an exemplary man who has served Lord Artorias since before the Abbey's founding. He's done everything from logistical planning to defense strategy and even political negotiations. He shows the utmost concern, even for his opponents, so
He turned a friendly Moloch into a dragon.
that was...
Physical wounds can heal. Emotional wounds never fully fade.
yeah, but...
Don't lose heart, Eleanor. Foul play is foul play, but you're talking to a demon and a witch. Who can judge?
I appreciate that you're trying to console me, but as an exorcist, I cannot accept this.
Let's mosey on over here and make sure to save. Oh, I just realized I forgot to eat the cooking dishes between streams. My bad, chat. I noticed there's a 98 in the corner. I'm like, uh-oh. We almost capped again. Can't have that, chat. I was gonna say, I think I forgot the chest over here. Let me just go grab that before we head out. A peach gel, interesting. So we could teleport back to where we were, but Renita's off limits again. So clearly, chat, there is at least one more cutscene between us and our destination. We'll continue to the south until it triggers. Oh my. There we go.
I thought I smelled someone pondering. What's on your mind, Laphicet?
I know Siegfried comes from another continent and all, but do you know anything else about it, Rokuro?
Nope, can't say I do. All I care about are swords. That contraption doesn't interest me much.
I suppose that makes sense. But it looked real powerful.
Just guessing based on how we saw Zavid use it, I'd say it amplifies his power somehow.
An amplifier. It's true that he seemed to get stronger when he fired it at himself.
Yeah, and it gave that dying legendary wyvern enough strength to escape.
But wasn't it also what he used to dispel Melchior's illusions back there?
That was also amplification. The Malachim are the source of his arts. The relic pushed them past their limits and... kablooey.
Suffice it to say, it can be used both offensively and defensively. It must be very hard to master.
More important is what the Abbey plans to do with it. Not that I really care.
So I was about to comment on that, but we'll hold the thoughts until after we view the skit, The Girl with the Umbrella, which should be very familiar to people that seen Berseria.
Laphicet? May I ask you something?
What is it?
The girl with the umbrella from Lord Melchior's illusion. What is her connection to Aizen? I don't think he'd answer if I asked him myself.
I don't know. I was wondering about her as well. She was pretty, wasn't she?
Oh, so you like a girl who's cute, but with a bit of sophistication.
Really? I thought his type was more like
Shh. What's going on?
We were discussing a delicate topic. Laphicet's first crush, if you must know.
Oh.
No, we weren't. We were just talking about the umbrella girl from the illusion.
The umbrella girl. That illusion made Aizen hesitate. She must be really important to him.
Indeed. It must be a deep, naughty relationship.
Come on now.
Like a wife he wants to leave, but he can never let go. Or a lover from whom he can't move on.
No, that's too wild, and she's too young.
Yeah, it's not that. What's more likely for a self-serving pirate is a daughter from a woman who only knows him by a fake name, perhaps one whom he cast aside, or who cast him aside!
And maybe she was somebody he couldn't marry for some reason. But when she died, he raised her daughter for her.
He had been friends with her since they were children, but they only realized their true feelings after they had been married to someone else!
Is this their idea of romance? In any case, beware of girls, Laphicet.
Right.
Beware of girls. I like that. I like that was how that skit concluded. Zora in the chat saying the skits are always amazing. I do actually find a lot of them kind of stand up on like a second playthrough. I still laugh at some of them, even though I've seen them multiple times at this point. Like, I do enjoy the dynamics between the characters, and particularly Velvet sarcasm definitely appeals to me. Yeah, they're very dysfunctional. And I feel like for the most part, they get things like the tone shifts right. Because it's very easy to do comedy in very inappropriate situations, but I feel like this game has a good balance between when it should be serious and when it's kind of goofy. Like, it's a dark game, but it still has a lot of lighthearted moments throughout to kind of bring levity to the situation. Just making sure... Oh, that guy's gonna catch me. That's a shame. Well, chat, they're wide open. Oh, I got juggled. Hold on a second. Swap back in. Now we'll bring him back in. There we go. You know what? I'll just cast in his face. This is fine. There we go. So there you go, chat. He'll just shout, eat it up. And then he combos them to death. It's quite amazing.
I unleashed all my power. Maybe I overdid it.
Oh, Rokuro. You didn't do anything in that combat. It was like 80% Aizen, let's be real. Oh, I don't want to get into an encounter with the scorpions. No, thank you. Fortunately, they're not too bad difficulty-wise. We will fight harder scorpions, I think, a bit later into the game. But as I said before, chat, if there's something you must learn when playing Chaos mode, and you're not playing with extremely overpowered gear, always avoid the trolls and the zombies. They are the worst enemy types in the game on Chaos mode. If you dangerous encounter them, just... I hope you saved recently. So fortunately, we could probably deal with the dangerous encounter for everything except for that thing in front of us. Oh, it seems that we have no more cutscenes, so I might as well just teleport back to Renid then. Save ourselves a little bit of a trip, chat. Oh, it seems like we have another skit we can view. I suppose we could check out the merchant. We haven't purchased anything in a while from him. And again, because we're not fighting multiple enemies, there will be a lot of random upgrades in here. Normally, this wouldn't quite be the case. Like, you could probably, in a normal playthrough, purchase some items that are new. However, we're going to be purchasing nothing but new items, because, we're doing very limited combat as we get towards the end of the game. That will probably switch a bit if we are looking to do the bonus dungeon, because doing the bonus dungeon on Chaos with no gear is, I'm not going to say impossible, but I don't think it's worth the time spent needed to do that. Ooh, Innkeeper's son says, "Oh no, my treasure." I don't know if we caught the beginning of that particular conversation. What do you have to say, villager? Assuming she's talking, so she's like, "You'll never believe it, but when I was on Bernac Plateau, I spotted a dragon with huge wings flying away. Renid would be helpless against such a beast. We need to ask Lord Melchior to slay it for us." There's still the wyvern from earlier. What do you have to say, rugged pioneer? Oh crap, I dropped 10 gold in the pond. Forget it, Dad. You can find 10 gold somewhere else. Fair enough. Speaking of Code Red. It says, "I just hope what you're doing helps everyone out. Anyway, here's your reward. You defeated the frenzied wolf. We talked to him again. We verified that there are no missing Code Red hunts as of this point. You're asking if the EX dungeon and the New Game Plus worth the time? That's an interesting question. So, from the perspective of the EX dungeon, it's a little difficult if you're playing on the highest difficulty to go through the first time. You could definitely beat it on normal the first time you get there. Going on Chaos is kind of insane, honestly, without a lot of gear. It opens up a refight with the story mode last boss, which I will not spoil for people that have not seen it, but people that do beat the game. That will become more clear. You can fight an empowered version of that boss. New Game Plus makes leveling and everything else really easy. Oh, I should probably read the dialogue. So I'll finish the conversation here first before I read the dialogue. So you'll also get a useful item that basically halves the amount of time it takes to grind if you import it into New Game Plus. So if you're looking to just experience a slightly harder game, but you want to have access to things like plus 10 equipment when you first play through, and you do enjoy the combat, but you don't like how slow the leveling gets, I would recommend playing the New Game Plus. The EX dungeon, if you're just looking for plot, has very, 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 very little plot, and very light spoiler, not going to any details, but it has more of a joke ending. It makes a reference to Zestiria, so if you played Zestiria and you want to see how the games connect a little more, there is a cutscene specifically for that at the end of the EX dungeon, but it's not very long, I'll put it that way. Let's see, the Exorcist says, "The cage was broken, and the wanted Moloch got away. Such failure won't be tolerated. According to the reports by the Exorcist present, both incidents were caused by the same group of demons. We must suggest that the full might of the Abbey be used to eliminate them." Well, good luck with that. Yeah, one thing I will say that is kind of sad is that if you haven't played the game before, you will get something that improves your Break Soul to the 3rd form. It's completely optional, and unfortunately, it does not carry over under any circumstance into New Game Plus, which I feel is one of the biggest missed opportunities, because when you unlock that third stage on Break Souls, certain characters become godlike.
Now what are we gonna do? What's wrong?
This dog came up with a book in its mouth. Here, take a look.
Huh. It looks pretty old. I've never seen this kind of writing before.
It's not ancient Avarost, that's for sure. Part of it looks like a chronology, so maybe it's a history book?
If I were to guess, I'd say they're Meliodosian characters, which would peg it at about 2,000 years old. It's more recent than Avarost, but the writing has fallen completely out of use.
All kinds of notes are written throughout the book, too. Someone must have been studying it. If it's research material, that might make it Videl's book. Videl? Who's that? He's a weird kid who's way into studying history. He lives at the inn.
Could you maybe deliver the book to him for us? We were told not to get too close to him, so...
Yeah, sure. I guess.
So we talked to the innkeeper's son, whose name is probably Videl, we can gather from this conversation, because we know he was a smart person from our previous conversations with the NPCs, and that he's a bit sickly because we saw his mother talking to a merchant with a different dialogue, and now he's actually going to pop up as a side quest, which is kind of neat. Again, I like how Berseria incorporates everything there. Oops, sorry, I skipped the dialogue. Boy says, "We want to deliver a book, but our mom will worry. Can you tell Videl we said sorry?" Little girl says, "Videl is the innkeeper's kid. He's so smart and he's practically a genius." Okay, so chat, I'm going to read it. Just one moment. Hello, Jonas. How's it going? Thank you for stopping by. We'll do another quick save here. So Zora's asking how you unlock the third break soul. There are a lot of optional rooms in the final dungeon, trying to go as spoil-free as possible, that every single character will unlock with a gem an optional fight. And every single character you optional fight with will improve your characters. It's quite silly. I just want to check one thing out. Ooh, I don't want to use up our odorless fluid. So odorless fluid is kind of hard to get. I think I mentioned in a previous stream, because unless we take the difficulty down to simple, more often than not our equipment will always have a random skill. My advice to you is, if you're looking to really power grind in the game, just go into the arenas later in the game with basic or simple difficulty and just do it for items that have no attributes, if you just want to get a lot of quick odorless fluids, because that is actually pretty core for leveling some items. But you will see when you get to the EX dungeon, the weapons are on a completely different tier of power. A lot of people's best weapons are there, but not all of them. Yeah, like, I'll also put it this way, when you get that third break soul, it unlocks quite a bit, and it lets you combo into a new mystic art, and for Aizen in particular, what goodness. It's actually insane how much damage it does. It's actually insane.
My book! My book! Where could I have left it?
Hello, Videl.
Are you Videl? Is this yours?
My book! Oh, that book is super important to me. Thank you.
I'm Laphicet. I hope you don't mind that we flipped through some of it. Can you actually read Meliodosian script?
You recognize Meliodosian writing? That's unusual in this day and age.
Oh, it's not that big of a deal, really.
When I grow up, I want to be an adventurer who travels the world and explores lots of ruins. So to make sure I'm ready for anything, I've been studying ancient history, starting with the Era of Darkness.
The Era of Darkness? You're referring to the Dark Period, right?
Right. Almost no written records from the age have survived. But if you compare the history before and after, you can tell something major must have happened.
This is where I think if they were debating another game.
That's fascinating.
Scenes like this, chat.
Look at those two, all worked up over an old book.
My little brother was just like that too. Laffy and our brother used to.
We've received reports of suspicious persons in the area. Have you seen anything?
Not good. They're onto us.
Quickly, hide in my house.
Videl, have you seen anyone suspicious recently?
Sorry, sir. I've been absorbed in my book.
That's all right, thanks. Look, I know it must be tough living alone with your mom. Just remember, your father's a praetor. He's out there fighting to protect us all. Keep your chin up for his sake at least, all right?
Uh-huh.
Thanks for your help, Videl.
Videl, your father is an exorcist?
Yeah, he is. But don't worry, I won't say anything about you and your friends. I'm your friend too.
Really?
And to prove it, I'll let everyone in on a big secret. This book tells you how to make an Omega Elixir, an incredibly ancient and powerful medicine. If I'm reading it right, you need 5 ingredients in order to create the elixir. I've only translated one of them so far, but I'll tell you what it is.
That's really nice of you, Videl. But I don't have any way to repay you for this.
Oh, please, think nothing of it. I'd just like it if you came and talked with me again sometime.
Of course. What are friends for?
The Omega Elixir. That's an ancient medicine said to be able to cure any disease. But it was my understanding that no samples or recipes survived the Era of Darkness.
Meliodacian script was used prior to the Era of Darkness, so I guess it's possible that Videl's recipe might be legit.
He's just a kid. I don't know how much we can trust his translation.
You saw his notes. I doubt many adults could even get anything out of that book. He might be onto something.
Kids are more capable than we give them credit for, especially where their interests lie.
I think we can trust Videl.
Laffy used to read books intently like that too.
Furthermore, couldn't a hypothetical Omega Elixir be quite useful to you, Velvet?
Laffy, you look like you really want to track down those ingredients.
Yeah, I do.
Personally, I don't really care. But if you want to look for them, I won't stop you.
Oh, Velvet.
Okay.
So you consumed research on ancient legacies, and we got Omega Elixir recipe number 1. So this will start a series of quests, as I try to recall which button to do, where if we check out the main map, we can see if we were to go back into the Vester Tunnels, which is the name of the location where we picked up Kurogane, we could find another ingredient, the Long Dao Dust, which is another wink wink nudge nudge to a Tales game. I think almost every ingredient listed here is a reference to previous ones. I think this one's Zilia, if I'm not mistaken. But it looks like we have a few more skits further into the town. Jonas is remarking about the crown on Laphicet's head. As I said before, we'll kind of mess around with some of their outfits. We just have them in the serving clothes optional outfit. But I was just thinking as we were doing this, I don't know if I actually showed up on stream Eleanor's different outfits. So why don't we just take a moment to do that? We can see her jacketless one here. It kind of reminds me more of like a Disney prince or something like that, where they don't have that little coat. That's what that kind of reminds me of. And we have a color variant, which I actually kind of like the color variant. I unlocked some other outfits, but they're just kind of eh. Like, we're already using winter clothes. Although this one is actually kind of interesting. We could get her in the more traditional exorcist uniform. And of course we have some of the Norman suits, because of course. Yeah, I actually kind of like the pink and red chat. I think that goes very well with the hibiscus we gave to her. I think we showed most of Rokuro's, but as a reminder, we have a very interesting color variant for him. Currently we've switched to his jacket list, but I'll show off some of the other ones so people get an idea. Of course we have many suits. We have many, many, many suits. And we could also choose to just make the battle theme the theme we hear when he fights Shigure. Magilus are kind of average. We could technically make every battle theme Magilu's theme. But as I learned that it apparently causes copyright issues. That's just kind of funny. Oh, his winter clothes are actually different than other people's. That's interesting. I kind of like his winter clothes, honestly. I think when I did my first playthrough, I switched it over to that. You know what? I kind of like the red lines on his inner jacket, but I do not like his outer jacket being red. That's a bit much for me. I like red as more like an accenting color. But I kind of like him jacketless there. So I'm just going to make sure we show off all the different outfits we have, nice and slow. We have so many battle themes. And Laffy said, I think... Oh, I forgot. This is the most messed up outfit you could give Laffy set, chat. I think we can all agree. Like, that's actually wrong on so many levels. I forgot that was an outfit. Oh, no. Oh, chat, I unlocked the Bienfu garb at some point. I apologize, chat. Both of those are pretty messed up, I'm not gonna lie. So, we'll mix up the outfits a little bit. But just let me know, without going too crazy on the accessories, I will be open to most costume changes. So feel free to use the Ziggledy stores to make some changes as needed. Chat, I would like to remind you that indeed the place we came from was not West Gand, it was Isle Gand. There is not enough Gands, chat. So he's just basically telling us to take a look in the recipe and we can complete the side quest, which is fair enough, fair enough. Jonas says he just wants to turn Laffy set into her little brother. You kind of can with it, which makes it much worse, psychologically speaking. But yeah, chat, if you have preferences on like eyes and outfits, let me know. I feel like most of his are pretty solid. Rokuro, always open for changes. But for now, we're gonna proceed forward. A reminder that there's just a frog stack here from now on. You get another close-up of that frog stack, chat. Look at that stack. Well, it seems there's quite a bit of guards and orderlies about. They're probably looking for us. Therapy cats for all. You know, that is possible, chat. That one's okay. That one isn't, like, super obnoxious. I will not do, like, the mascot helmets for cutscenes, but again, if we do arenas or if I'm backtracking, there are no rules for the backtracking. I will let you know when that happens. You can just go crazy. Is there a lot of exorcists around? All of a sudden, did something happen? Oh, the villager says he didn't hear anything. I know we need him around, but they make the place so stuffy, it's hard to breathe. Why, hello there. Oh, chat, I think this is the first time we're gonna unlock an arena. Ooh, are we already no rules?
This big storm came and swept me out to a Class 4 island. And let me tell you, it's as bad as the rumors make it sound. I wanted to just wait it out in a shipyard somewhere, but then the water turned all gooey. Then I had these jellyfish things coming onto the deck, and before I knew it, slugs were swimming around in the damn ocean.
Wouldn't the salt in seawater mess up a slug?
Yeah, that's what I thought too, but these weren't no sea slugs neither. It was scary, I'll tell you that much. You want my advice? Stay the hell away from that island altogether. But if you do go, watch out for that gooey stuff.
What did that pirate mean by Class 4? I've never heard of that.
It's a classification the Abbey uses to help inform their strategy, an estimation of how well they've been able to manage the demon outbreak in an area. Administrative Zone Classes 1 through 3 have been assigned a suitable contingent of exorcists to guarantee the population's safety.
So, Class 4 administrative zones are ones that are still unsafe?
In a perfect world, the entire kingdom would be protected, but there's just not enough manpower to go around. The Abbey doesn't send exorcists to remote areas and far-off islands. Instead, they avoid casualties by making those areas off-limits.
But that pirate mentioned he'd come close to an island. Are those policies actually enforced?
They send out an official notice to stay away, and that's all. It's not like they could blockade every tiny remote island out there. So you're free to dive into the deep end if you want, but no one will come to your rescue. Hope you know how to swim.
If they could keep the demons in check, they wouldn't have to tell people to stay clear. Frankly, I think the Abbey just doesn't want to go near places like that.
In other words, these are dangerous places that the Abbey has washed their hands of.
Makes you wonder how much they can administrate these places when they're not willing to get their hands dirty.
Are there many Class 4 administrative zones?
I've heard of 10 such regions in my time working as an inspector for the Abbey, but I'm afraid I couldn't tell you their exact locations or their current status.
If the Abbey abandoned this island, it's probably safe to assume that it's getting to be pretty dangerous.
If we go there, we're gonna want to be prepared.
Okay, so we unlocked a new feature called Class 4 Administrative Zones. So Eleanor kind of hinted very briefly that there's 10 of them. And each of them corresponds to an enemy type. So we could guess by GUI, we're going to be coming across the Amorphous Island very soon. What do you have to say, Pirate? That island was so swampy, my mind was like mud. I'm still feeling bogged down by all that mire. Oh, Zora's remembering the Kraken Queen skits. There's certainly something. Oh, it looks like we have a skit right around the corner. So I think, chat, before we decide to go find Grimoire, we're at, like, the world's longest detour. We're gonna do some skits in the arena, I think.
Demons! There's more of them! A whole band of them rampaging through Roark Forest!
There was already one dangerous demon in those woods, and now we have more! And they're still on the loose! A lot of exorcists have come to deal with them, but...
What do these demons look like?
That's what I want to know. Those Abbey people won't tell us nothing. Every time a demon comes around, it's all, show us your cargo this, and don't leave port for a while that. How are we supposed to catch any fish?
These demons really are a pain in the neck. If I was an exorcist, I'd lay down some justice, I tell ya. At the end of the day, it's not the demons or the exorcists that have it rough. It's us normal folk.
Anyway, you guys should be careful. There are demons about.
Thanks for the warning.
Yeah, chat, we have to look out for demons. Practice Fisherman says, those exorcists need to work hard, so let's fill their bellies with the sea's bounty. We'll give them yellowtail, bullhead, and kingfish, and puffer, and stonefish, and blue-ringed octopus. Hello, young fisherman, what do you have to say? I think I should become an exorcist. All I have to do is order Malakim to fight, right? I'm good at teaching dogs tricks. Yeah, this is a great idea. That is quite an outlook to have on the Malakim, chat. Don't think they would appreciate that. What do you have to say, fisherman? That crew, they're awfully lively, aren't they? I envy them for being able to laugh like that in times like these. Fair enough. We're not quite ready to master this minigame. I will acknowledge that we have more characters to technically go to. As a reminder, chat, I have already purchased every single item, so do not worry, we have everything possible from here. I think the only outfits I'm missing are from the serving minigame, to be honest, because that actually gets pretty difficult towards the end.
First mate! You're all right!
Sorry to worry you.
And the captain?
It turned out to be a fake. But now I know the real one's still alive somewhere.
Well, of course he is.
Not that he has a lot of time left.
What do you mean?
Calm down. I'll explain later.
Aizen! You stay calm too, okay?
And you've all taken your Salatoma?
Yes, sir.
And nobody died?
All still kicking.
Compared to your curse, sir, this sickness was tiny potatoes.
All right. Then let's get ready to sail out.
Already done, sir. We're ready whenever.
The Pirate's Creed, huh?
There's worse out there.
Seems like Eleanor's harboring a little bit of guilt, chat. I'm just double checking the inn. I don't see a skid here. So we should be good to go. So if we take a look at, I believe here, we can see an unidentified administrative zone not too far from our location. But we'll be setting sail to that in a moment. Jonas is remarking that Makilu is the most normally dressed one for the area. It's very true. Pirate says, Dial is one thing, but Kuragane too? If he falls, he'll drown. We'll just haul him back in. He looks like he's having a good time. Aye, even without a face, you can tell. Can you? Can you, though, without a face? Can you? Well, we can see that the group of them are over there, so we'll take a look at them. Hardened Pirate says, the Salotoma worked. Everyone is in ship shape. We won't forget the favor you did us here. Fair enough. Well, Chad, I think it's time to set sail. Hello, Benwick. It says, the crew is back and meaner than ever. To Yassault we sail. Oh, silly, poor, uninformed Benwick. We're not going to the plot in the south. Come on, we're going to the Class 4 administrative zone. It's described as a dangerous region quarantined by the Abbey. Those who dare to enter are warned to beware of slime and sludge. Well, that sounds like where we want to go, Chad. So one thing to note of every single one of these islands is that, yes, they will result in an arena battle. But if you take a look around the arena, you should also find a chest that should look very familiar. So while the treasure chest count says it's 0, that doesn't mean there are no chests on the island. Speaking of which, let's see how much this one costs us. 115. Well, chat, we are basically on our way to unlocking a optional area because we have been doing very well with unlocking the cat chests. We have reattained the laughing glasses. You probably shouldn't wear these while listening to someone talk. Some more gag items, as it were. So now we're going to be coming up to the arena. So chat, this is your last chance. If you want to put something goofy on them, we will very briefly see a cutscene, but once I initiate the encounter, anything goes.
Is that a fighting arena of some sort? I don't see any demons around.
Look! There's something spewing out of the middle!
I sense a really malicious force emanating from it.
It's probably the vengeful spirits of those who fought and died here looking for glory!
Thanks for that. Now I've got goosebumps.
Let's try not to wind up as more vengeful spirits.
So Zora in the chat is asking how I have so many cat spirits. So there's another secret to the final dungeon, and the EX dungeon you were asking about earlier gives you so many cat souls. There are rooms dedicated to cat souls. It's a semi-RNG kind of dungeon. You could kind of fish those rooms out once you're aware that they exist. And you could get like upwards of like 800 in a room. Also the males with swimwear and head Norman. Potentially do that. Let's do one more quick save. But I think before I do that, I want to make sure I save our current outfits so that way I could just go back to them later. I'll take a request now, because this is just kind of a goofy event. So let's make sure to save the set. I actually... yeah, there's the... there's the other head. So I'm just going to go ahead and resave on slot 1. I think last time we just all gave them the goofy mascot heads. I think that was the last request. We're just gonna go ahead and save. Oh, we got rid of his eye patch and gave him the glasses. That's right. So he went through a minor accessory change. So all the males with swimwear and head Norman. I think I could do that, chat. Let's do that. Let's see. I'll do some of these. There we go. We'll make him Earth, chat. You want to give Eleanor the Pompadour back from the previous playthrough? We can definitely do that. I kind of remember what we did for it. It was pretty obnoxious. Where was the Pompadour? I'm trying to remember. Let me get rid of this first. Afro Puff. There we go. We're gonna go ahead and edit that. If I remember correctly, in order to accurately resimulate this. There we go. It was something like this, and then we had to like lower it because it was just like so enormous. I think the Z position is fine. It was something like this. She did have very goofy clothes. I don't think we changed its color. I think we left it as is. So, okay, so we've changed most of the characters. We still have Velvet in her traditional gear. So I'll give the chat another moment to think about what they want to request. And while that happens, while the chat gathers their thoughts as to what they want to see, we're just going to do a lot of cook and eat spam. So get ready to hear some dialogue.
I'm finished. I'm finished. I'm finished. I'm finished. I believe I'm finished. 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 I'm finished.
I think she's finished, chat.
I'm finished. 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 I believe I'm finished. I'm finished. I'm finished. I'm finished. I'm finished. I'm finished.
Okay, chat, when that hits 50, that's it. We're gonna continue on to the arena.
I'm finished. I'm finished. I'm finished. I'm finished. I'm finished. I believe I'm finished. 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 This should be all right.
There we go. So the reason I want to do that every now and then is just because we are constantly sending out expeditions, which give us more ingredients. And some of the skits are locked behind different cooking levels. Velvet and Eisen, in particular, I think have multiple skits tied to their cooking level. So we've set them to a very safe cooking level 20 to make sure we unlock them automatically. I think the other characters get ones at 15, but specifically those two require a higher amount. And I know Velvet has 2 based off her cooking skill offhand. So we're going to try to gather them in time. So I am not seeing any more suggestions. I'm just double checking the chat. Zora saying that's how you grind up the cooking skill. Definitely, definitely. Just, if you have a turbo, please use it. It speeds it up immensely. So, yeah, we also unlocked all the areas. So because we're getting rare ingredients from the final island, even though it's not their preferred meal, it's just so much quicker to level up the cooking skill with one of these than anything else in the game. Like, even if you buy the ingredients that they are good at cooking with, it is not as good as just going to the final island and doing that. So in the meantime, we'll, I guess we'll proceed into this. Velvet and Magalu can stay normal in giant quotes. Fair enough. I think we're ready to see what this has to offer. The game explains, here you can battle waves of specific types of demons. Select Summon Demons to call demons to the arena and commence battle. After a certain amount of demons have been defeated, more will appear. The battle is over when all demons have been completely wiped out. If you are defeated in battle, you will return to your original pre-battle status. Make sure to prepare yourself thoroughly before stepping up. Well, chat, I think we're ready to step up. The first time you clear the challenge, you will receive a reward, so give it your all. So this is an important way to unlock more mechanics in the game, so people that are playing through for the first time, please do the arenas. They are not really that hard, and they give you wonderful additions to the combat. It makes the game so much more fun to do. So we can review the instructions again if we want to, but I think we're ready to summon the demons. I have a feeling I'll be switching to Eisen for most of this, just because we're going to be dealing with large numbers of enemies. But we'll see as it goes through.
Don't waste my time.
Go wide open! Bird! Who wants some next? No escape! Air thrust! No escape! Eat it! Eat it! Go wide open! Bird! Dead yet! No escape! Eat it! Eat it! Up! Smash them! Go wide open! Bird! Go wide open! Bird!
Goodbye, enemy.
Think you can dodge? Just try! Perfect mayhem!
Gotta get a close-up of the mask.
No escape! Go wide open!
No escape, chat. Oh, I actually got that to combo, but he targeted the wrong person afterwards. That's a shame. Ooh.
Blades of wind slice them. Air thrust!
There we go.
Blades of wind, slice them! Air thrust!
So there we go. I comboed off of Kaleidos Ray, which used by Laphicet. So you could just kind of change those intermediate skills together for some kind of nasty combos.
I think you can dodge. Just try. Perfect.
Ooh, that damage though. You know what, chat? Let's see how much damage we could get at this point in the game. I'll have to show off Laphicet. So silly. Aw, I ran out of people to combo into. That's a shame. I'm just building a little bit of meter for her. Perfect. Into Aizen. There we go. They're wide open, chat.
Blades of wind, slice them! Air thrust! You're wide open! Burn! Dead yet? You're wide open! Burn! Who wants some next? Black step! Black step! Black step! You're wide open! Burn!
Flash step time, chat.
Black step! Eat it! Escape! No escape! You're wide open!
Ooh, man, he controls so fast. Such fun, chat. Oh, stunned him midair. That was nasty. And Aizen goes so fast, chat. He feels so good against large numbers of enemies. He's definitely meant to just kind of do all sorts of chaotic things like this.
I think you can dodge. Just try. Perfect mayhem!
Oh no, the Bienfu head. How could you? Very true, chat. Aw. I hit the wrong spell by accident. I meant to do this one. And we're gonna teleport out of the attack range of that ability. So one thing that, as I said before, makes Aizen super fun is that if you just hold your Break Soul, it will automatically just combo into it. Like, there's no timing involved. I'm literally just holding it the entire time I'm spellcasting. And anytime something's stunned, he'll just immediately cancel.
Ready to die? Think you can dodge? Just try.
And again, we'll be building up the Mystic Art count because that does unlock something very good title-wise. But generally speaking, you will not see advantages of that title in a normal playthrough. Not even if you play the EX dungeon will you do it. I think it requires you to do... Ooh, is it 500 or 1,000 Mystic Arts? Which is a lot of them. That is a lot. If you're first playing through the game, it's very good to build up the amount of Break Souls one used, because I feel like that's generally most people's best titles. Just because getting more Mystic Art per Blast Gauge, or excuse me, getting more Blast Gauge per Break Soul is pretty good. So it just kind of snowballs. So that's how, like, I keep ending up with so much meter. Like, if you're looking at the bottom left, whenever I shout you're wide open, just look how much meter we're building with, like, no equipment. Like, this is the power of getting those boosts early. Like, we could do basically whatever we want to them. They can't really stop us anymore. That poor enemy. Yeah, I love that little teleport into the Eat It combo. It's very amusing. See, like, we have Mystic Art again. It's godlike, chat. Like, he could just do this forever. There's nothing the enemy can do to stop this.
Killing flash! But I'm this close. I won't miss. Form zero. Thunder!
Figured we showcase some other characters briefly.
It was a close one, but I am the victor.
Hey, chat, we actually improved the title on stream from our previous playthrough. Look at that. We finally hit 3 stars. Yeah, that is quite a lineup we have going on. So you get an okay amount of grade, but if you're playing for money, it's also not too bad. Hopefully we get some equipment we might have missed. So we got the fire ring, got weathered bag. Don't see anything too crazy in there, unfortunately. All demons have been defeated.
Looks like we won't be joining the party.
I can see why this place is the stuff of cautionary bedtime stories.
Not to mention why the Abbey's keeping way the hell away.
We shouldn't let our guard down. But this place could still be a good chance to hone our combat skills.
Indeed. Most everything we fought here seems to follow a pattern. This is a good place for tactical training.
If we ever end up on another island like this one, We should probably come prepared for the kinds of enemies we'll face.
So there we go. Nice and easy, chat. So one thing is we imported the Ventite over, so we didn't get a prompt as to what we unlocked, but I just double-checked real quick. We would have normally unlocked the Virtuoso's Ventite. So let's take a look at which one that is. Sorted by Ventite. Virtuoso's Ventite. There it is. Allows you to perform different arts by pressing attack while guarding. The settings can be adjusted via the second art menu in the art screen. So that's something we've been using since the beginning of the game. So we've seen the different stages of attacks we could do here. But moves that we like because either they're extremely good situationally and we don't want to put it in a normal flow, or they're so powerful that we could just have on-demand stat downs, for example, we can now just assign it to, as they said before, holding guard and then hitting a attack button. So this is kind of more the traditional way of, I would say, more like the Xillia, the Tales of Destiny of setting arts, which is kind of nice. It's kind of a mix between Zesteria's stage-based system and going back to some of the older school stuff. And I appreciate this because there are some moves I really, really want to have on demand no matter where I am in my combo. So I very much enjoy that, especially spellcasters. Like, for example, Aizen, we're already filling up quite a lot with Air Thrust, Flash Step, and Stone Lance. I could technically put his Wind Lance in there, but it's fine. We don't need it. So I think for now, that is the cameo of our other outfits. So what I will do is I will make a custom set. We're not going to override the other one, but we'll override this one. So that way we have on demand next time all set up for us. The goofy outfits. Ooh, I used a different color for him there. Probably should have made him red, actually. So we can see, we just went for semi-goofy, but now we went total goofy. It's fine. Let's reload those outfits from before, and we'll continue, because we'll be getting a lot of cutscenes, as I said before. However, if we're at a point where I have to backtrack, we will probably load up those costumes. Go back to the King Lofty set, and we didn't make any changes to Velvet. There we go, chat. Nice, quick, relatively easy. When we get to the later arenas, we'll be getting more items, because at that point in the game, we'll have more abilities to force items to drop. And Benwick is now asking us where we want to go. Well, we could go straight to Yusult, but that would be obeying the laws of the plot. And we can't do that, chat. We can't go to the place that it wants us to go. So let's check the world map real quick. There's... Oh, did I not enter the inn while here? Oops, chat, I might have missed some skits. I'm gonna have to go back. My bad, chat. I thought we entered the inn the first time we were here. Apparently not. Well, I will double check to see if there's anything worth showing off. Okay, let me read through this dialogue. We'll go back. I've made a couple of saves. We should be okay. Rumor Monger says, this is just a rumor, but I heard Lord Artorias and Lord Shigure fought in a duel. Wow, which one of them won? I heard it ended in a stalemate, but I don't know if it's true or not. Doesn't matter. The two of them respect each other and are working toward the same goal. That's more important than winning or losing. Yeah, you're right, but I still want to know who won. Hello, young man. There's no future for me in a place like End. Chat, it's very hard to take some of the names seriously. Did they really have to name everything Gan, though, chat? Like, seriously? We're going to end Gan, chat, at some point. I'm gonna go to the capital to make a name for myself. Man's old friend. Assuming that's her. I don't need any excitement in my future. I just want to live a nice, peaceful life. I was just thinking Avengers Endgan, chat. So that's all I'm thinking about right now. Oh, there's nothing in here at the moment. I feel like I did miss something unless we see it later, because we should have gotten a skit involving that animal there. I will make sure we double back and go see it, chat. I'll put that on the homework for between streams. If there's an endgan, there's supposed to be a first scan. Very true, chat. We'll double check that. Technically, I can view the skits much later on, but I'd rather show it off where it was supposed to be seen. Obsessive Boy says, yes, I finally got the Exorcist card I wanted. It's a rank 5 Shigure. Huh? Awesome. Say, you want to trade me for my rank 7 Artorias? No way, I've been a Shigure fan from the start. They're just bits of paper. Boys get excited over the silliest things. Velvet thinks to herself, they've got their own trading cards. Guess they must be more popular than I thought. Oh, no. I didn't want to talk to them. I wanted to pick up the shiny. There we go. Mystery meat attained. We'll just put that in the pocket chat with all the other things that probably shouldn't go in our pockets. Hello, old miner. What do you have to say? You seriously want to work in these old mines? That's a bad idea. It's dangerous work and the pickings are slim, says Weathered Miner. Trust me, you've got better options out there. My father was a miner. I want to follow in the footsteps of the man who raised me, says Nameless Youth. Alright, it's your decision to make. Do what you feel is right. Let's see. Armsmith. There's still a bit of pure bright steel left in the Vester tunnels. It'll make the best weapons and armor around. Our output may be small, but the quality is second to none. Well, we are going to go into the Vester mines, so we'll take that guy's advice. Double check to see if we can see where this is. It's back where we went into the Kurogane tunnel. So if we exit that real quick, we just have to make a very wide detour. We're basically going to loop around to the right and go to the tunnel depths there. So we will try to avoid encounters as we go there. Chat is mentioning that Blue Eyes White Dragon card exists in this game, supposedly. Wink, wink. But don't worry, Shigure and Artorias could beat it. I'm sure they could beat basically every card. They could probably also beat Exodia. They're just immune to Exodia, chat. It's fine. No one will question how well, they'll all question how Exodia was summoned and not understand how it works, but it's fine. Okay, let's proceed along over here. Man, I am missing the mobility tools. That is one thing I feel really sad about, is you get something a bit later into the game after you Salt that increases your movement speed, which I also don't feel is like quite enough, honestly, but not having it here makes me a little sad. We're technically backtracking at the moment, but unfortunately we're also going to be coming up to plot. So when I go to leave here, if it cutscenes me again, I'll just switch outfits. I almost thought I could destroy that. I was like, ooh, did I miss something I could kick? I got excited, chat. I just want to see the kick animation. So I think at this point in the game, nothing herb-wise will have respawned. We have not picked a prerequisite minimum number of herbs for them to happen, but we've been doing pretty good at finding most of them. As I said before, if we did it right, we can reset, I think it is Morgana Woods, over and over and over to have nothing but red. But we have to get the initial herb collection started. If people are wondering if it's really worth herb grinding in the game, my short answer is no, unless you are really obsessed with determining people's max damage. Honestly, you don't even really need to do any herb grinding to hit the damage cap in the game, which I think is 6 9s. And I believe the max hit count is 999s, if I'm not mistaken. I've hit it a couple of times on a standard playthrough, involving some very silly things, which hopefully we'll get to see on stream. That poor training dummy, though, got absolutely destroyed, let me put it that way. Other games have Sprint, Berseria has Tony Hawk Pro Skater. What's a shame is you have an item related to that when you play the New Game Plus, but you're just not allowed to use it yet. I'm like, one. You couldn't spare us that? Like, I can hold the button that makes us move faster, it just doesn't do anything. Certain things I would have liked to have not had locked behind plot elements. Like, I understand if it doesn't work until X point in the game, but it should be way before you normally unlock it, and I'll leave it at that. Because technically it's powered by another character. But we also have said character at this point in the game, so it is what it is, chat. Oh yeah, I love looking in the bottom right, or more the center right screen, seeing how many cat souls we have. See, we're good. We don't have to do any grinding on stream, except if we're doing the EX dungeon. I might not have enough souls to unlock all the teleports there. We'll see. Well, we're more than good enough for just the story chests. So people were asking like what other locations to get souls early, especially around this point in the game. I just want to go very briefly to the world map. So there is... Where is it at? Be easier to do dungeon. I like going to the Volg ruins very early in the game because there's a room that just has like 50 souls, and I'll just teleport out and walk to that room over and over and over again. I think I did that like 6 or 7 times, and that honestly had me set for a majority of the game. It isn't until like I go much later and I hit the northeast side of the map that I start running low on cat souls again in a normal playthrough. Got a flirt bracelet. Kinda eh. But at least we got something, I suppose. Oh, bronze scraps are always good. Unfortunately, we have no use for balmy fluid. Let's see all the failed works of Kuragane. One could argue he still has not produced a successful work. And now we're gonna come to the Longdao dust.
This must be Longdao's dust. The ingredient Videl's Omega Elixir recipe calls for.
I can't believe you actually found it.
We have to go tell Videl. Maybe he's been able to translate the rest of the list.
Yeah.
Wow, we just pocketed that whole crystal, chat. Wow, it's bigger than our character, but it went into, I think Kirk called it the hammer space. It just vanished. Don't think about it too hard. Oh, we just took that whole thing with us. So let's do a save because we just did a lot of walking. I believe we've seen everything else though. We'll teleport briefly to, I guess, Port Cadnix. I don't think we could do anything in the ravine. Plot Pocket? That is a good one, I must say. Oh, we didn't do enough battles to reset the merchants. That'll happen every 3 battles, but we've been avoiding encounters. Which is fine. Just how we're playing the game. Oh, I didn't talk to this gentleman over here. What do you have to say? Ah, I do love to soak in the glory of nature and idly fish. One day, a pure maiden is bound to notice me, and I'll reel her in too. I think you'll need better bait for that. Oh, youth fisherman's friend. Not a believer. Let's see, did you upgrade your Code Red hunts? No, you have not. That's fine, though. So, why don't we take the opportunity to go back to the ship? And we'll check in on the next ingredient. Chat, every time I see the word Gand, I don't want to do the Zesteria tutorial counter, but the word Gand comes up a lot. Okay, let's see. Isle Gand seas are a color to paint the soul. I'm a regular poet, aren't I? Give it a passing grade, I suppose. So we'll go back to the Renewed docks. Again, like, we're trying to stop Artorias, but we are in the world of detours right now. We're kind of doing whatever we want, chat. Take another bronze scrap yet again. So unfortunately, I don't think there's a quick way to get into this side of town, so I have to walk here every time. How unfortunate, chat. There we go, Videl. What is the next ingredient? Please tell us. Did you read your book?
Wow! Is that Longdao's dust? That's one of the Omega Elixir ingredients! You found it! You really found it!
Yeah, it's proof your research is right.
Thanks! I've just managed to translate the description of the second ingredient. Here, take this and... Oh.
What's wrong? Your face is red.
Hey, You're burning up.
It's fine. I'm pretty much always running a fever.
That makes it even worse. We need to get you home so you can rest up.
But I'm still translating the recipe.
You heard me.
Alright. She's scary. Is she your sister or something, Laffy said?
Well, it's kind of a long story.
Oh, okay. Well, you seem to have a pretty complicated life.
Do you think he's always that sick?
Wouldn't surprise me. I was weak when I was a kid, too.
He's probably been like this since he was born. That must be why his parents named him Videl. It means to live.
Huh. I never thought about that.
Laffy is like that too. It means one who lives.
One who lives.
And he wants to be an explorer when he grows up. I feel sorry for him.
But if he drinks the Omega Elixir, I think he can get better. When he sets off on his adventures, will you let him aboard the Von Eltia, Eisen?
I suppose I could cut him a deal.
You'd charge him?
I'm a pirate, kid. Comes with the territory. But I promise you, I won't charge him too much.
I suppose that'll have to do.
One who lives. I did not know that Laphicette's name had meaning behind it.
Didn't mean much in the end. I poured my soul into getting him through. But he's still dead all the same. Hope.
Wow.
What a waste.
You really think it was pointless?
What else am I supposed to think? It won't bring him back.
Jeez, Velvet. Well, we got the Omega Elixir recipe number 2. Oh, man. I want to check the inn real quick here. Oh, I had a feeling we could talk to the mother again. So she says, he's got a fever again. I hope that doesn't mean what I think it does. A young boy repeatedly bedridden due to illness. Wonder if we're drawing some similarities to things we've seen in the past, chat. Look at the rat pig mate there. Oh, hello, person I haven't talked to. Old man says, I just heard the most frightening news. Lothringen suffered an attack by demons. Lord Melchior was there, but the culprit still escaped. Wait, says the young woman. That means there are demons out there more powerful than an exorcist like it? But surely Shepherd Artorias can overcome them. Surely, right? Surely, chat. Surely Artorias will overcome them. Just laughing at the chat, talking about haven't ventured enough Gand. I'm reminded of like those little quirks in different shows where they just end the word with like arf or like dude, depending on the show or the creature. Everything ends in Gand. Never enough Gans. So speaking of which, I caught it there in that cutscene, but I feel like the vocalized lines are probably okay for the most part in terms of translation. But I don't know if you caught it, chat, but they did not say cut a deal in that previous subtitle. There's like little discrepancies here and there. I mean, Eisen could get him a deal, but I don't think that's what they mean by that. So Benwick says, the crew is back and meaner than ever. To Yseult we sail. Well, chat, we have been ignoring the plot for the entirety of the session. We had a very long detour to Lothringen, which I am still convinced that is not how that word is pronounced whatsoever, because that is a real place in Germany. But we will go to Yseult Docks and finally reach Southgand. But let's see if there's an interruption first.
It's too bad that wasn't the real Ifrid. But I'm glad everyone on the ship is feeling better.
Yeah. Though it sounds like they never want to touch that Salatoma stuff ever again.
What about Eleanor?
She took it too, and her face went all wow.
I don't mean how she looked. I mean how she actually feels.
Oh, well, she looks like she feels better too.
Good.
You're worried about her, aren't you, Velvet?
No, it's nothing like that.
Let me tell you something, kiddo. When young maidens ripen, they have trouble expressing their feelings.
So Velvet's Right then?
Magilu! Quit giving Laphicet confusing thoughts.
No trouble expressing those feelings, I see.
Uh-oh, chat. What's Eleanor up to?
The Abbey is supposed to exist to bring peace and order to the world. Everything the Abbey does, everything Lord Melchior and Shepherd Artorius do, it ought to be rooted in that mission. And yet, something just doesn't feel right here.
You are dismissed. That knowledge is not for you.
Something wrong? Whoa! Easy there. Just asking.
Sorry. I was just deep in thought. Is there something you need from me?
Nah. Just heard a bunch of sighs and wondered if you were feeling sick or anything.
No, I drank my Salatoma juice.
Ah. Tasted like crap, didn't it?
It wasn't that bad.
Hey.
What?
Are you afraid of demons?
No, I am not. It's more like I despise them. 10 years ago, a group of them attacked my village. They destroyed everything. And everyone.
Including your family?
Yes. The only family I had at that point was my mother. And in all the chaos, she... All I have left of her is this hand mirror she gave me. I didn't want anyone else to have to feel the way I did. And so I became an exorcist in order to destroy demons. So you can keep your pity.
Gotcha. I will then.
Dot, 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 dot. Hey, chat, we actually arrived. We did it. Took about 2 streams, but we finally made it to Southgand.
What is that?
That's called a penguin, a type of bird native to this area.
Penguin.
Their meat is succulent and tender, and makes a lovely stew.
Wow, what's it taste like?
You'd eat that poor thing? Savage.
Wait, was
You
something
want
out of
to
order
talk,
there?
Demon. It was one of my mother's specialties.
All right, enough of the chit-chat. Magilu, what's this Grimoirh friend of yours like?
Well, how do I put it? Oh. You know, like that.
Like what?
Well, to put it in a way those of meager imagination can understand, Grim's got a sort of listless, aristocratic air about her. A noble woman in her twilight, you could say.
Huh. So you mean, like, a woman, but different from Velvet and Eleanor.
You're not wrong there. Tell you what, just keep an eye out for a grown woman.
Grown woman. Okay, I got it.
Well, since we got her name, we could start by asking around.
Exactly. Now you're talking. What's up, kiddo?
Magilu, you're a grown woman yourself. So why is it you have trouble clearly expressing your real feelings?
Good question. Put simply, a long time ago, mine broke. Bagow! Chapoom! Bye-bye!
Your feelings broke?
Come on. Let's question the townsfolk.
What a curious statement she made. Maybe it was just me, Chad. I feel like that conversation happened slightly out of order, because Laphicet asked what they taste like after she talked about them being used in a recipe. But that's okay. We love you anyway, Berseria. I'll take the shinies over here. Oh, amber fragments, the worst. Hello, fisherman. A fellow fisherman told me he saw an octopus eating a whale. The octopus might have been a demon, which means demon blight has spread to the sea. Chat. Sightings of a giant octopus. I wonder if that'll come up later. Velvet says, excuse me, have you heard of a woman named Grimoirh? Grimoirh? Can't say I have. Doesn't sound like a Southgan. Just game, come on. It doesn't sound like a Southgan name. Are you sure she's on this island? Is this your first time in Southgan? You need to protect your skin from the sun, or you'll be sorry. Thanks for the warning. Well, thank you, villagers. Okay, we're gonna go down here first before we go across the main area. We'll take a couple other souls, because they're right over here. Chat does like the name Pengyan. It is a nice name, chat, I do admit. So we're gonna come over here for the guaranteed red herb. Let's increase that martial attack power. And chat, we all know who it's going to. It could go to Eleanor, but we all know who it's going to. One day, chat, would we get that third break soul? That character is the most unfair character in the game, and we will make sure he has some stats to use it. But for now, we'll just give it to Laphicet. Young man says, in my father's days, Southgan was a paradise where all you needed to do was fish. But now, we're crushed between demons on one front and exorcist rules on the other. My generation missed out on the good life. Fair enough. So we're going to make sure to explore these buildings, as a lot of them have a double story kind of feature. Like, you're in the inside, and this one room will be multiple stories, is what I mean. And on top of that, it looks like we could get on top of the roof of this one. So we'll keep that in mind. Let's go ahead and take a look, chat. This is probably a bar, given the icon. Ooh, lots of people. Rokuro is asking, I'm looking for a woman named Grimoirh. Do you know her? Sad-eyed man says, well, I've been here 29 years, and I still don't have a female acquaintance. Right. Sorry I brought it up. We're just gonna leave him, chat. That is definitely a seat he's having in the bar. I will give him that. Hello, bartender. What do you have to say? Some folks up north criticize the people of Southgan for eating Pengyan. I'm Southgan born and raised, but I see where they're coming from. After all, up north, they eat rat pig. Now that's just downright cruel. Hello, Bloodwing Agent. You're all eager beavers, eh? Well, I've got just the thing for you. Well, apparently you've got disappointment for me because you don't have any new Code Red hunts. So you failed us. You had one job. Hello, old man.
So how do you like our island? Nice and laid back, right?
It's quite a bit different from Logris.
This place was even more relaxed before the opening. But recently, a lot of our young folk have gone starry-eyed about the city and left us in the lurch.
It's still better than it was when the demons first started showing up. We have the Abbey to thank for that. And because people are traveling more now, the need for ships has skyrocketed. Our lumber industry is booming.
In other words, when the money started flowing, people let it go to their heads?
That and those exorcists and soldiers from the bigger cities, they really seemed sophisticated. People from the other islands wear different clothes and have things we don't, you know?
Getting worked up and worked over by what's trendy. Is that foolishness not the very definition of youth?
If this keeps up, our island's traditions will fade away. That's what worries me.
I understand how you feel, but you have to give young people the freedom to be themselves.
Have to give them the freedom to be themselves. That'll be an important theme that comes up later. What does the townswoman also have to say about the skit? Culture here is rough, but that's not the only thing that makes this place dangerous. There aren't many exorcists around. I'd feel safer in the city where the Abbey has a stronger presence. Town Elder says, when I was younger, I used to be proud of Southgam traditions. Maybe I'm just grumbling like a typical old fogey, says the Town Elder with no name. Hello, chipped coin. Well, there's some soldiers there, but we can't really interact with them, so let's climb up the ladder instead. Lots of fragments to collect. I will ignore that soul. It is not worth the detour. We got silky paper. These pages may feel like silk to the touch, but they're actually not. We'll just continue to drop down, I think. Speaking of which, we mastered any equipment? We have. That is right. So we're starting from the bottom up, so she's cleared most of these, except for the Earth Ring. Let's go ahead and switch her over to this. The AI having more defense is probably going to bode well for us for a little bit. I think everybody else is still learning a new skill, although we did get a new blade from the shop. I forgot to swap that over. So I don't super care about Velvet's defenses, honestly, so we'll do equipment learning speed up, just to get this out of the way. Everybody else is good to go. Oh, that's right, we just got the silky paper. So unfortunately, Laphicette's melee ability has now tanked, so we can't just abusingly use him to stunlock enemies. But we can make his casting ability very high, which is very good for the AI. I do say the AI makes a better spellcaster with him than a melee user. So if we were to choose just one, that's what we should do. We also seem to have picked up a ton of Floric bags. So we're just gonna pump it all towards spellcasting, I suppose. Well, it seems like we have a new item to learn from. I'm glad we decided to double check our items. And it seems Laphicette has mastered every ring except for the slow ward and the shock ward. So he's catching up, chat. I think every other boot is mastered. Just the females have to go through, I think, the special castiles. They're also doing pretty good overall. I just want to make sure no character is learning something that they don't need. Oh, Kuragane daggers. Chat, I will just never use them. I'm sorry, Kuragane, you gave up your head for an item I just won't use for any reason. I'm not a big fan of the split stat items, honestly. Unless you're going for hidden arts. So just making sure there's nothing else you can learn. Yeah, so it looks like Rokuro is done in terms of grade. So unless we find new items, there's not too much we could do with her. Or, excuse me, him. I was distracted because I was looking at Magilu. Oh, Floric Doll is new. Uses Fluorite as a mana catalyst. So slightly less attack for more focus. Honestly, at the moment, our big issue with Magilu is just making sure she gets the stuns. But we did get some new arts last time, which is like the Great Cycle, which really helps kind of deal with crowds and lead into different things like quick cast spells like Water Mind or even Spirit Beads to some extent. That is talking about the disappointment of Kuragane. I mean, like, you're not wrong. I feel like even in a New Game Plus, I still don't use Kuragane daggers. I still don't use them. Like, unless we have gotten XP times 6 and we are like level 100 or max level at this point in the game, which is technically possible. I don't have enough hidden arts to consider using it to make up for the attack loss. Eleanor is now talking to a soldier. She goes, "Pardon me, we're looking for a woman named Grimoirh. Do you know her?" "I'm afraid I don't." "Oh, but I know where to get grim worms. They're limp things, a bit like lugworms. You could use them as bait, but for my money, a catworm is always the better option." "I see. Thank you for the advice." Velvet says, "Well, that was a whole lot of useless information." I mean, kind of. We will have to do fishing at some point, but we're not in a rush for it either. Oh, I think we got a new ring just then. That's good. We could swap over to that once we see some ring masteries. Actually, unless somebody's already done. Don't think they are. Yeah, still got time. So we've acquired most of the chests. Our goal is to get to the ground level at some point. But we'll speak to each of the townspeople as we go through. So let's see. Townsperson says, "Oh, you're all northerners. Welcome to Yassault. Southgand is made up of hundreds of tropical islands. Before, each island had its own town and culture, but Demon Blight took most of them from us. Oh, but don't worry. There are lots of exorcists here on the island to keep us safe." You know what? I feel like we had a contradictory statement there. Because she said there's a lot of exorcists on the island, but she also said we also learned from the bar that there's not a lot of exorcists in town. So I don't know if the town is technically the safest place to be. But we'll keep it in mind, chat. However, I see a certain church here. Laphicet is asking about Grimoirh. She's got a listless aristocratic air about her, like a noble woman in her twilight. Elderly townsperson responds with, "Well, is he really elderly though? He doesn't look that old." "I don't know her, sorry, but I'll tell you one thing. A boy your age shouldn't talk like that. Be careful your tongue doesn't get you burned." Poor Laphicet just apologizing. Uh-oh, chat. I think you know what time it is. There's a priest in the corner. Old man says, "I had a twin brother that died when I was little. It's been 60 years since he passed, but I still pray that his soul rests peacefully. You have my condolences. Was it an accident?" "No, it was the 12-year sickness." Dun dun dun! "He heard the voice of the sea and the wind, but I never could. He was always such a pure boy." I think that's 2 or 3 times we've heard that name drop, chat. Very mysterious. Young woman says to her companion, "My grandfather told me there were once many Empyreans. Aminosh, ruler of water, Musef, bearer of flame, I'm not sure how to say that one actually. Eumacia? I think Eumacia, guardian of earth, and Hyanoa, will of the wind." That's kind of confusing. Wait, what is a Nominat associated with? What a great question, friend of the person knowing about the different Empyreans. Probably a question they should have been asking before worshipping a Nominat. But anyway. Zealous Believer says, "Please bless me with large hauls, safe voyages, a happy home, freedom from disease, financial stability, and whatever else comes to mind. Thank you." Dad, I think it's time to talk about our sins.
"Come, sinner, and repent your wicked deeds."
Who? Me? I don't think I've done much that needs repenting.
"No, my son, you must be mistaken, for I can tell just from how you dress that a great many sins weigh heavily upon your heart. But it's not too late for you yet. You must confess your sins and repent."
Yeah, I hear you, but I really can't think of anything.
"Have you ever wielded violence?"
No, all I wield are my swords.
"Well, have you hurt anybody with your swords?"
Yeah, but I haven't been able to land a killing blow yet. I've still got a long way to go. But the next time, I'll kill him.
No, you have it all wrong. You must repent for how you've used your swords."
Oh, I get it. I need to improve my cutting technique, right?
"That's not what I meant either."
Then what do you mean? It's a priest's job to guide the layman, right? You'll have to start speaking more clearly if you want anyone to trust your advice. Get your act together, man.
Yes, I'll reflect upon the error of my ways. Wait, what?
Oh no. Oh no, we played the reverse Uno card, chat. He has been defeated. Priest says, "Perhaps people really are incapable of understanding one another." I think we broke him, chat. Or Priest. So yes, he is definitely one of my favorite NPCs across all the Tales games. Honestly, I'm really struggling to think of who could even compare with the Priest. He has the best skits in the game. So the youth says, "At the cathedral, a man told me he'd lost his little brother to the 12-year sickness when they were boys." So a reference to another NPC we talked to. The man says, 12-year sickness? There's no cure for that. Some say you're born with it. Others say it's a curse that falls on those who've seen something inhuman. A curse? Is that really true? Don't worry. It's a very rare condition. Only 1 in tens of thousands of people will get it. You should be more concerned about the demon blade. Chat. We could think about that. They keep mentioning that. I wonder if that has plot relevance, wink. So we'll continue through to this area. Can't remember where the other chest is. Oh, there it is. It was right here. I'm blind, Chad. It's fine. Oh, Chad, he's doing my favorite animation. Yeah, patty cake that boat. Yeah. I don't know what he's doing. Thank you. It looks even goofier against solid objects. I love it.
It's become common practice to use Southgan lumber for shipbuilding, but there's a reason. Our trees really are the best for it.
Natant trees only grow in Southgand. Their wood is light, tough, and doesn't rot. Perfect for shipbuilding.
You know your stuff. Long ago, before people knew how to build seafaring vessels, Midgan and Southgan were separate countries. Then our ancestors fashioned rafts out of Natant logs and floated all the way to Midgand. A Midgand craftsman, amazed to see a humble raft cross the open sea, returned with our ancestors here to Southgand.
He had used the Natant logs to build a large, sturdy ship.
Thanks to him, commerce took off between Midgand and Southgand, and the Age of Exploration began. The excitement of a new age had everyone floating on air, but within mere decades, Midgand declared war on Southgand.
Ironically enough, it was ships made from trees from their islands that enemies used to invade them.
The fighting continued for a long time, but in the end, Midgand emerged the victor. Our islands were occupied. As hard as things were, our ancestors still like to joke about it. They'd say, Age of Exploration, more like Age of Exploitation.
When things were that bad, they could still joke about it?
Southganders have always been a cheerful bunch. We tend to look for the silver lining in every cloud. It may not seem like it these days, but Southgand used to be a place where the laughter would never cease. Some people even used to call it Shenanigand.
Shenanigand. This must have been a really fun place.
Oh, no, don't introduce more Gans. Bad fisherman. No more Gans. Demon Blade, he says, Demon Blade has robbed this age of smiles, but smile we must if we want to succeed. A smile is a gate that invites the shepherd. Well, chat, Velvet frowns and scowls a lot, so I think we're fine. We're not going to invite the shepherd in. Okay, we're going to do a little ground level exploration, because I'm trying to remember where the herbs are. I think they're on the left side of the island, and I found the other thing I'm looking for, which is the cat chest. So rest in peace, 120 cat spirits. You've been sent to the box for absolutely nothing. You got nothing from it. Nothing was learned, nothing was gained, chat. Shenanigans. See, chat, I think they knew that they were using GAN too much, and I think they wrote that skit there just for that. Never enough GANs. So I believe something I'm looking for is further to the left. I'm just double checking to see if there's anything over here that I missed. Yeah, I think we're good. So I think our stream goal, chat, is we're going to go to the next village, but I'm going to leave the dungeon for next weekend, I believe, because that will take a little bit of time to do. And there's a lot of plot back-to-back that I don't want to break up. I feel like we're kind of in between major plot events, so I think locating Grimoirh will be roughly about when we stop for today. The boy says, we've got a secret fort hidden beneath the floor over there. Don't tell any of the grown-ups, all right? All right, I'll keep the secret of your secret fort secret. So there we go, chat. Look at that boy. He is posing super hard on that beam. What do you have to say, man? Oh, excuse me, townsperson. Yseult homes are on stilts so that they stay above the water. At high tide, the town looks like one big raft. That's so true. At first I couldn't tell if it was clever engineering or just shoddy craftsmanship. You say so, peddler. Oh, it's secret Gand? You're right, chat. That's secret Gand. Receive more Tails coins, which we don't really need. Eisen's now asking the young lady, we're looking for a lady named Grimoirh. Does that name ring any bells? Well, excuse me, it's Trendy Girl. Trendy Girl would have fit in with the East game. I'm just saying, chat. That would have been a great name for one of the East characters. So let's see. Huh? I don't know her. Let's face it, your pickup line needs some work. You're gonna have to work harder than that if you want to catch my attention. Well, at least I found a woman of some taste. There you go, Eisen. Youth says, we're used to living freely in Southgan, so the Abbey's rules really chafe. But if you think about it another way, it's a good chance to mend bad habits. Youth's friend says, right, like how we can't just dive into the sea naked. Now we have to warm up and put on swimsuits. Oh no, chat. No naked beaches. Hello, Plot.
Still no leads on that Grimoirh lady.
Magulu, when did you get that letter from her you mentioned?
Hard to say. It must have been last year? A decade ago?
Take this seriously, or I'll feed you to the sharks.
Oh, what? I think I'd at least rate a kraken.
Keep this up and I swear I'll eat... It's them!
The final preparations are complete. Once you've assumed your new post, everyone will act on your command.
Thank you, sister. But to be honest, I worry that these shoes I'm filling might just be a bit too big for me.
You need not worry. You possess a special strength and quality that others lack. Shepherd Artorias has high hopes for your deployment to Palamedes. Fear not. Just be yourself and you'll do fine. Believe you're a leader, and you will be.
Yes, I'll try to make you proud, sister.
They're sending him to Palamedes? Is that the name of a facility on this island?
I had better get going.
Safe travels.
Oh, one more thing. Be careful around the demon in Haria. It's stronger than it looks. We've even had some casualties.
Understood.
Also, if you must drink the water, remember to boil it.
Sister...
I know, I worry too much. But I just can't help myself.
So, there's a demon in Haria. Sounds like it's a pretty feisty one, too.
If so, it may prove useful.
Still, what magical timing for Oscar to show up here at the very same hour we do.
I understand your suspicion of me, but have you any proof?
None, it's true. But as an exorcist, you're certainly sympathetic to the Abbey's cause.
And soon you may wish we were sympathetic.
Eleanor hasn't been snitching on us. I'm sure of it.
And how would you know? Are you watching her even when she's taking a bath?
Huh? No, I don't. I always stay outside when she's taking a bath. And...
Then isn't it possible she's communicating with the Abbey in secret while you're not there?
You pledged to obey me until the day you die, correct?
Yes, that I did.
Remember, when you two trade blows, only the Abbey wins.
One less demon, and one less traitor for them to worry about.
While we're standing around here arguing, that demon could be attacking Grimoirh.
It's true. Let's find some more people to question around town.
Vessels and privacy. Let's make sure to get the expedition first, though. Wow, we're at 61 mules already.
So what's it really like?
Huh?
The connection between Moloch and Vessel. Do you share, like, thoughts and feelings?
Sort of. When I'm dwelling inside Eleanor, I can see what she sees and hear what she hears. But I can't read her thoughts or her emotions. Sitting in a box doesn't teach you how the box feels.
I see. In that case, I want to give her as little time alone as possible.
I don't want to bathe with her, alright?
I know. You're a boy and all. For her baths, we can send Bienfu. No, that's a bad idea. It'll have to be Magulu, or myself.
Phew.
What sort of boundaries have you and Eleanor drawn? How do you sleep?
We talk before bed sometimes, but it's not like I'm sleeping by her side or anything. It's easier for me to tell when she wakes up if I'm dwelling inside her.
Does she ever get out of bed at night?
Not in my experience. And she sleeps so peacefully.
Huh?
When she's around you guys, she always looks so stern. But when she's sleeping, her expression is softer, you could say. She lets her hair down too. And I think it's kind of prettier that way.
Huh. So that's what he likes. Well, keep an eye on her, but...
But?
Watch out for the older girls.
Huh?
Older sister, younger brother. Look out for the older girls, apparently.
Teresa and Oscar sure seem close.
I've known them since I was an initiate, but I've never seen them quarrel, not even once.
Did you ever fight with your brother, Velvet?
Yeah, I guess I did. Sometimes I'd chew him out, and he'd sulk and stop talking to me, but I found that adorable too.
You did?
No matter how much he dug in his heels, or tried to talk like he was in charge, after a while he'd be right there trailing along behind me.
Like a little puppy dog.
Puppies are a lot more obedient. I always had to keep an eye on him. Little brothers are odd creatures.
Rokuro's a little brother. Is he adorable too?
Huh? I don't think a little brother who's out to kill you is in any way adorable.
But Shigure seemed like he was having fun.
Sometimes you just don't make sense.
Huh? I don't know.
Little brothers.
Do you have any siblings?
I'm an only child.
Well then, that's perfect. You pretend the boy is your little brother.
Huh?
That's a bit extreme, but actually, when I'm talking with Laphicet, sometimes I think, this is what having a brother must feel like.
I could be Eleanor's brother.
Don't take any of this nonsense seriously, Laphicet. Malachim are just tools to exorcists. She can never think of you as her brother.
Oh, yeah.
You're wrong. I've changed how I view Malachim. I know that's true because I can think of him as a brother.
Right.
She's all talk. Don't believe her.
It seems to me like you're the one who's treating him as a tool, by forcing your own opinions upon him.
Ooh, two sisters struggling for the affections of their brother. Eeny teeny candlestick, which one will the Muppet pick?
How about an older brother instead?
Poor Laphicet, chat. Constant struggles between Velvet and Eleanor continue. It's looking for something specifically. I think it's on the ground floor. The whole party is like the Laphicet protection squad. The group just can't get a break from protecting Laphicet. Very true. Gotta protect the innocents, chat. Hello, Tones person. What do you have to say? Domestic Penguin has a docile flavor compared to wild Penguin. Wild Penguin has a lot of personality. It's rowdy all the way down. Poor Penguin, chat. They're eating the mascot again. Young man says, did you hear about Haria Village? There's a real nasty demon over there. Even the exorcists aren't able to handle it. Hans Woman says, Weren't they the ones who disobeyed the Abbey and kept worshipping their old gods? Sounds like they got what was coming to them. That's quite a way to phrase it. I could talk to that guy and trigger plot, but let's not do that. Let's go this way instead, chat. We have other things to do. Like avoiding plot. Hello, other treasure chests. We'll take you. Oh, balmy fluid. We won't take you, though. Soldier explains, Lady Teresa is an exorcist praetor here from Helives. She was sent here as a sort of punishment, but she put the town in order with a firm, deft hand. We're sorry to see her go, but she recommended Lord Oscar as her replacement, so we should be fine. Sent here as a punishment. I wonder if we caused that, chat.
The people of Southgand originally worshipped Aminoch, the Empyrean of Water. The lives of the people of the Southern Isles are inherently tied to the sea. Whether it was gratitude for a good catch or an appeal for protection, everyone offered their prayers to Aminoch.
But the Abbey worships Innominat, don't they? Do the people still keep their faith?
Most of the people obey the will of the Abbey. But one small village deep in Southgand is a special case. The village is called Haria, and even now they keep their faith in Aminoch. They've even quarreled with the Abbey. I'm grateful that they fight off the demons. I really am. But do they have to dictate which gods we worship too?
They think they do. It's their truth. Then again, they can't control what's in your heart, can they?
Former Aminosh believer says, an Omenat and an Aminosh both offer their blessings to humanity. I want to pray to both to give them my thanks, but... So the Abbey is basically slowly discouraging worship of other Empyreans. I think we could kind of get that idea from other conversations, but I feel like this is probably the most spelled out it's been. We've now found all the treasure chests, and we're going to continue all the way to the ground floor. What do you have to say, fisherman? You plan to be fisherman when you're older, do you? Nope, I'm going to captain my own ship. Don't be daft. Every fisherman is a captain, even if his ship is a bit small. Fair enough. Little do they know the horrors that are about to happen upon this Southgand Isle. Little do they know, chat. Oh, here's the guy. I had a feeling he was sort of between different areas.
What does it mean to become an adult?
The eternal question of youth.
Have you ever heard of the ceremony of adulthood? It's a yearly tradition on this island.
If I remember right, it's totally wild. Everyone throws bananas and porridges at each other.
Traditionally, yes, but things have changed over the years. Bananas and porridges are a thing of the past. People are always reaching for bigger and better things, right? In this case, it's watermelons. Whole watermelons.
You're throwing watermelons? That's gotta hurt.
Trust me, I know. But watermelons are the least of our worries. Recently, people have started flinging coconuts.
Coconuts? Those things are as hard as rocks!
Trust me, I know. Like getting hit with a brick. Now, every year, there are some kids who never make it to adulthood.
You don't mean they...
Yeah, I've kept putting it off myself, but it looks like this year I've got no choice but to participate. That's crazy. It's far too dangerous. And more importantly, how does it make someone an adult?
There are ancient traditions that say overcoming danger marks a child's coming of age. Some people still cling to the old ways.
You've hit the nail on the head. There are lots of old folks that sit around complaining how weak as darn kids are. The hypocrites. Back then, they used bananas and watermelons. They even cracked the watermelons ahead of time.
I don't think cracking a coconut would help much either.
So that's why you're standing about looking blue.
I'm so ashamed of myself for being scared.
If you don't want to do the ceremony, why not just skip it?
I'd love to, but I don't really have a choice. I wouldn't be able to show my face around here if I chickened out.
Having the courage to say no to something you don't feel is right. Isn't that the true mark of an adult?
Wait,
You're right! Now I can finally become an adult! Oh, yeah! Look how grown up I am!
And getting carried away with yourself and acting the fool is the true mark of immaturity.
Sorry. You're right.
Grumbling Youth says, becoming an adult is too much hard work. Poor Grumbling Youth. Try to avoid the watermelons, only to be completely destroyed by Velvet. No mercy, chat. She's giving him the wounds that won't heal. Oh, look at over here. Kind of a nice little thing you can notice. There's no event associated with this at the moment, but we can see the Penguins gather over here. Hello, Red Herb. You're one of the things I was looking for. So we could increase the health of any of the characters we're using in the front line, but chat, we all know who it's going towards. Oh, hello, little girl. Well, let's talk, before talking to the little girl, let's look at the practice fisherman. The ocean's been receding bit by bit for 10 years, and the currents don't have the pull they used to. It's almost like nature's power is dwindling. Don't like it one bit. Do you think it could be Amenosh's curse on us? Interesting concept. Hello, Himiko, younger daughter of the character card family. Princess cards are my favorite. Let's play together. Oh. She has a different difficulty, chat. I guess we'll clean up everything in this village, and maybe we'll hold off on Haria for next time. Because I forgot just how many skits there were in this town. But why don't we take a little break from the story yet again before we get super involved by playing a children's card game. It's Aizen versus her. I love it. Okay, so have any of the rules actually changed, or is this just the same score set? Okay, it's still ninja and royal princess equal instant win. Got it. So I see a ninja there. Is the princess there is the question. Oh, wait a minute. Ooh. Oh, if only... Oh, we could steal it. Let's steal a ninja, chat. Foolish mortal. You've been destroyed by ninja. That's so unfair. Oh, we're finishing the round. It's fine. I mean, if it's just gonna let us cheat everything like that. Let's see. Let's take a look at our hand. So there's 3 protagonists on the board. If the opponent gets 5, we lose. We have a lot of standard ones, which kind of is unfortunate. We'll try to take protagonists off the board so the AI can't win that way. Yeah, see, they just went for double protagonist. Interesting that they didn't decide to finish that for some reason. Unfortunately, we have very limited choices here. This one might actually be close, chat. I could get the cute mascots, but I'm not in a rush for them. Darn, if only we could get multiples here. Oh, there's the princess. We want to make sure the princess stays off the board. Ooh, that was kind of unlucky. So we only have 1 power play to make here. So we're at 8, but the AI's leading us currently. Yeah, they beat us to it, unfortunately. But they only went for 5 points. So we might still beat them because they made a bad play. Yeah, let's finish round. We have more points. That's the AI's fault. Got them. I'm like, they could have taken that 5 points. That would have been kind of annoying, but that's their fault, chat. So there's a princess card. We should probably take the princess card off the board because that would be the worst way to lose. Actually, both the princess cards are out, so we could automatically win. Let's steal the princess card. We can't select the princess card. We'll take the protagonist off the board. We don't want the AI winning by any other means. Hopefully we could draw... Oh, they took the princess card. Darn, we can't win that way anymore. Oh, we have the ninja. I didn't notice we were holding the ninja. Okay, we took the princesses off the board. Let's win via ninja. We could do this, chat. This should be automatic. They can't stop us. Oof, we are the master of the children's card game. We're gonna finish that round decisively. Get those coins. No, I don't want to play again. Get out of here. They fell into my trap card, chat. She had a great time. Let's play again. Well, we will do another quick save, since we did pretty well. And now we can go and play intermediate, sure. I mean, that was pretty decisive. I mean, she made a misplay. She should have just taken the points from me, because that would have made it a lot closer. So, I see a ninja on board. I don't see the cute mascot, so we're holding a cute mascot, so we can't lose that way. But let's take the ninja off the board, because that is the worst way to lose. We'll take the protagonist off the board, too. Because this will buy us the most time to get a special win. Oh, we only have terrible choices to make. Oh well, we tried. We kind of have a bad variety of characters, honestly speaking. This is kind of unfortunate. We're ahead in the orange category, which is good. So they took a ninja. So if we had left the ninja there, we would have lost just then. Oh, we have only one play we can make. That's kind of unfortunate. Okay, we just need 10 more of the orange people. Let's put another protagonist down. So we're one card from winning. Either we play a protagonist or we grab the orange. So I think we win. Oh, we're finishing round. We're taking the points, chat. We're not above just taking the points and ending the game. Alright, let's take a look at our hand. So they took a ninja, which is really bad, so we could lose at this point. We have 3 protagonist cards. And I think we should try to win via protagonist, but it's going to rely on luck of the draw. The best I can really do is take orange as a backup. Ooh. Yeah, they got very lucky here. We might lose this, I'm not sure. Well, we took a princess card. But they also have a princess card, so we got really lucky. We could have lost just then. But there's still a ninja card unaccounted for, which is very bad. And there's nothing we could do if that happens, by the way. Like, it's just over. So there's the cute mascot character, which they've stolen. There's another cute mascot character. We should steal the cute mascot so they can't win that way. So we need to just draw one more protagonist and we win. Hopefully they do not... Oh, they took the bottom one. That's a shame. We don't have the right card to draw that. This is bad. Come on, RNG. Oh, RNG didn't love us. Oh, we drew a hero. There we go. Finish the round. 25 points. We're out of hand. We're out of cards. Perfect. Okay, I'm pretty sure we can't lose at this point unless they get a double combo. So again, our goal is to eliminate the ninja and the princess cards. So I see one ninja there. So let's just go ahead and steal that ninja right now. No victory for the AI. So we have a princess card and a cute mascot card, so they cannot win via any special conditions. I'm pretty sure we win at this point, outside of atrocious RNG. We only have a couple choices here. Guess we'll take the princess card now. Ooh, they're very close to winning. If they draw a hero, I don't think they'll have enough for a comeback. We'll try to deny them points as much as possible. Oh, we're one. Oh, they took the princess card. That's a shame. So we can't place anything. I'm just gonna put a mage down because I think this is the least harmful card to place. I think they still don't win, even if they... Oh, they got double Heroic Scion? They still lose! It doesn't matter! They can't win, chat. We made too many points. They almost made a comeback. That was actually kind of unfortunate for us. But we'll take that victory. This is for you. It's your reward for beating me. We attained Pirate Hat. I don't think I attained that in the previous playthrough. Oh, Chad, I think we know who needs the Pirate Hat. Goodbye, Rose Corsage. Where's Pirate Hat at? Oh, look at that, chat. Wearing a proper tricorn will make you feel like a dreaded Corsair. There we go, chat. And just to show it off more.
Don't blame me.
Look at that. He now has the Pirate Hat. Okay, is there any other difficulty we can fight with her on at the moment? Nope. So we beat her on intermediate. That's all that matters. We showed that little girl what's up. We're like, it'll be 10 years before you could beat me at a children's card game, and then we just kind of like do the head swish, the hair out of the way, and just show our dominance over the child in the children's card game. Hello, townsperson. You're saying McClara Beach is through the gate. It's used to be a paradise for Pengyans and visitors alike. Now it's a place where demons stalk visitors and send them to paradise. Oh, paradise sounds kind of nice. If you plan on passing through, tread carefully. Yeah, the little girl definitely went to the Shadow Realm. Very, very true, chat. Very, very true. Oh, we can actually buy new items. Nice. So we're going to take advantage of this, as I said before, because we're going to be doing very, very, very minimal combat. I love our cash total, by the way. Just a totally normal amount of cash to be at this point in the game. Oh, look, this one actually gives up to 10% art defense bonus. That one's actually pretty solid through the rest of the game. Oh, we can actually purchase the cast heals. I forgot that was purchasable at one point. We're definitely going to do that. Okay, I think we've earned the right to see the plot at this point.
Hey, this doll? It looks like Bienfu.
Ah, a keen eye you have, young man. That is a doll of the Empyrean Aminoch.
That's Empyrean Aminoch?
Yep, no doubt about it. I've seen her with my own eyes. Real dignified, but not without a bit of a temper.
You saw her? Why was she angry?
Well, the Abbeys banned any profession of the Aminochian faith in Southgand, despite her popularity. Gotta assume that's what got her all bent out of shape. I tried talking to her, but no matter what I said, she was just like, oh.
Wait, that sounds like...
And that low-energy goddess you saw? The doll you've got here looks like her?
Yeah, more or less.
Ha! Fortune smiles upon thee, weary adventurers. That listless goddess is none other than Grim.
Grimoire isn't human?
When did I ever say she was? So, shopkeep, where'd you see her?
I think it was down by McClear Beach.
Pensively watching the tide come in? That's her, all right. Quickly, to the beach!
Why didn't you mention Grimoire as a Moloch before now?
You can't be too careful with that information. Spies listening everywhere!
Oh, Magilu. Chad, I was seeing that there's something over here that I think I missed. What is this over here? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I was just remembering what it was. No, I don't think we could do anything here. Yeah. Okay, chat, we'll play one last mini game. Bienfu Bounce. Bienfu Bounce rules. Try to make Bienfu jump as far as the water, or far across the water as you can. Repeatedly press the buttons indicated for each stage to build up speed. Once you reach the glowing jump area, press the back buttons to jump. The more speed you build, the further Bienfu will leap. Just before Bienfu hits the water's surface, a button and a target will appear on the screen. If you press the button just as it reaches the target, Bienfu will skip across the water and extend his jump even further. TL coins, or the Tails coins, are awarded based on your distance traveled and your ranking. Chat's like, just drown Bienfu. I mean, you're kind of not wrong. Oh. Did it remember my previous playthrough of it? Well, we'll show off each difficulty anyway. Press X repeatedly, then time the buttons. Don't think any of that's too different. Run, jump, and skip your way to a world record. Well, we'll try. We'll see how I do with this. There we go. I forgot to jump. But we still got 11th, so that's amusing. Chat did enjoy Bienfu just sinking straight into the ocean, though. Oh. I forgot the prompt was that early. My bad, chat. We could do better than that. See that? I missed all the prompts and we still got 8. Let's do this again. This one made my fingers very tired. So we'll see. When we get to the higher difficulty one, that one is going to wear me out very quickly. I'm going to make sure we are at max speed, which I believe we are at now. Last possible moment to jump. That was pretty good. I'm not sure if it's number 1, though. Oh, we just barely beat it. S rank. 139 Tails coins. Well, we're gonna exit. Make this reward 200 Tails coins, 400 Tails coins. So I think we have the costume pieces from this. Oh, I saw something very important before we continued. We had an expedition to collect. Look at that menuing, chat. Look how fast I go through that. I'm so used to that menu. Write an X in order repeatedly. Okay. I did not jump. I got the speed needed. We still got 11th. So I waited a little too long before the edge of the docks. Try this again, chat. Oh, I missed the last bounce. Is that good enough, though? Oh, we got S+. Even better. Well, we'll exit. I just want to get the rewards each time. So I think we get costume pieces from this normally, for the chat wondering what we attain. I'll double check between streams. I remember this getting increasingly obtuse. Okay. This will be interesting. It's actually fairly difficult to do that in order. So I don't know if I got enough speed. I hope I could carry it with the bounces. Oh, I missed the last bounce. So I think the S+ was from our other playthrough. Yeah, see, that wasn't good enough. What did I do last time to get through this? Because this is actually kind of hard. You hear those frantic button mashing moments, chat. Oh, I missed one more bounce. I don't think we could beat our old score. I'm pretty sure. I think we got 290 on the dot, if I'm not mistaken. We'll retry one more time. That is kind of difficult. The in-order part is where it gets tricky. Okay, so it doesn't count the joystick. I just wanted to double check. I didn't hit jump. Oops. I'm only gonna count it if I jump. Love that we still place. We'll try this a couple times. I don't feel like I got enough speed there. But I could try to stall it with bounces at least. Yeah, waiting as long as possible before pressing this gives you better bounces. Oh, I missed the last bounce again. I think that caused me to not get S. Oh, yeah, see, I didn't get enough momentum there. Man. We'll try this a couple times, chat. Otherwise, we'll hold off for next time, I think. Okay, one downside is that when I'm hitting these buttons very quick, it's also really hard to hit the jump button. That's the downside, because I'm holding them, like... My hands are on the 2 separate buttons. There we go. I don't think that was far enough again. I'm just gonna drown him. I don't think that was far enough. Yeah, weirdly, I think the one after this is easier. I'm actually gonna try the other one real quick. The super hard. Yeah, this one was like absolute nonsense, but I think I did better on this one. Hold on, chat. I didn't jump again. See, that's the downside. I could get a lot of speed there. Yeah, see, I think those S's are me. Like, I got up to 380. I did pretty good last time, chat, in my defense. I was getting a lot of momentum there. That's much better. Oh, I missed the last bounce. Wow. But do you see what I mean? This one is much easier for me. I don't really know why. Like, the other one I find very annoying to do. I think because of the way I have to hold the controller. Wow. I even missed the last bounce, chat. Like, that was definitive. I think we could all agree that was definitive. So I destroyed that score. Got another 200 Tails coins. Well, I will try one more time, chat. And then we will pause here. Darn, this minigame is not forgiving. It's just that the way these buttons are, they're like opposite of each other. So it's hard to get that initial momentum going. I'm not sure if that was fast enough. Might have been slightly too slow. Again, I could try to draw out our bounce by waiting as long as possible here. We got one extra bounce, which is good. Can we at least beat the S? Oh, that wasn't even... See, that's the problem. I'm not getting enough initial momentum. I'm doing better on the bounces, though. It's that this one wants such a specific order that it's harder to get it going fast. Not sure if that's enough or not. Ah. See, it could be any of those buttons at a random order. Pat, I am determined. I'm pretty sure 270 was the original goal. 278 and 290, I think, were my old records. I'm pretty sure. We're gonna try. I'm gonna give it 2 more times. Hopefully we could get a chat. And I got, like, no momentum this time. Yeah, we'll try. If nothing else, I could say, hey, I aced that super hard one. That wasn't even close. Oh, I was trying to guess the last button. That one's kind of hard to react to when it gets that slow. So far, I'm doing really well on the bounce. I just can't get this initial momentum down. Oh, yeah, see, that's the problem. Like, I have to figure out how to grip the controller better to do this. Because this is very easy on keyboard, I will say. But on the controller, like, trying to hit left, right, and 2 buttons that are opposite of each other is very, very annoying. I have to, like, completely change my grip for this. Yeah, see, I'm not able to hit the jump button in time. I might have to remap a key so I can hit the jump button. Or even just remap those other buttons so I'm not holding the controller awkwardly. Okay, chat, I'm gonna give it 2 more tries and that's it. Starting from this attempt. But if I fall off into the water, I'm not counting it. Oh, we got another skip. Nah, see, it's just like that initial momentum, chat. So, last try, basically. If not, it's fine. We already beat it. It's just beating it on stream again is the question. Can we do it? That jump seemed a little further than the other one, at least. I forgot to hit jump. That was bad. I'm gonna retry that because I didn't bounce. It's about as far as the last one was. Oh, I guess wrong on the last bounce. So close, chat. Nah. I might remap the controller for this. I'm not sure. We'll see. But it's okay. We gave it a good attempt. I think you guys get the idea. So we've earned all the rewards already. I suppose maybe next stream I could give it a few more attempts, but I think we'll leave off for here. That's super hard, though. We got that in one try. Like, again, I felt like the hard one was much harder than the super hard. Just because, like, it needs a lot of left and right motions, which is really weird if you think about it from the controller's perspective. Like, for people familiar with the PlayStation controller, it's the square and the circle button, while also hitting left and right on the D-pad, not the control stick. So I can't just, like, jiggle the stick either. So it's actually... I think I'm missing inputs on the left-right input, because it's the D-pad. The D-pad doesn't like doing rapid movements back and forth. So, unfortunately, that's a bit harder than that really should be. Whereas the other one's more of a clockwise rotation, which is more, I would say, beneficial to do on the controller. It's a lot easier to do that one on the controller than on the keyboard. Unless you remap your buttons specifically for it. But anyway, I think that's about as far as we are going to get today. So, I'd like to thank everybody for joining. Thank you, everybody in the chat, for making all the comments. It's always fun to react to and... comment upon different things in terms of like chat theories or some of the costumes. Definitely, if you have any questions about the game itself, I will do my best to answer it from a mechanic standpoint while trying to keep it relatively spoiler-free as we go through, as we haven't had a recorded entry of the game yet, even though this is New Game Plus. Thank you again for all the support, for follows, and just generally just tuning into the stream. I do appreciate it. It seems like next weekend we will finally be going into Southgan proper, which will involve going into, I believe they said, Polides, as well as, I was about to say Helives again, but another town that used to worship the Amanosh before presumably another religion was pushed upon them. So that, I think, is a pretty self-contained arc, so that'll probably take maybe about 1.5 days to do. Starting next weekend. Look forward to more Drowning Banfu next week. I mean, maybe. Hopefully I'll get the goal, so it won't take too long, but we'll see how it goes. I don't think there's anything we can unlock from the Bienfu bounce. I think in terms of minigames, the only other ones we haven't done on stream and completed it, I think, are the serving minigames. And I don't think I completed all the puzzle minigames, because chat knows I am terrible at the puzzle minigames. So people that went through that last time, thank you for sitting through my absolutely terrible shifting tile image puzzle. So I'm so bad at that. But aside from that, I think we'll be looking to continue to use each character for their strengths. For people looking to see more gameplay with Eleanor, I will not use her until we get much later into the game. But I will probably be sticking to her and Laphicet almost the entirety of the end game once we do get there. But for now, we have excellent characters like Aizen, Rokuo, and Velvet to kind of carry us through everything. And we have situational usage with Magilu, which is nice. But she's very risky with the gear that she has now. So I would rather play somebody, I guess, that's technically a little safer for those scenarios. But we'll see how it goes. So for now, I'd just like to thank everybody for watching. And hopefully you have a good day or a good night, depending on the time zone.